The new Star Wars trilogy could be erased from our memories. The Muppets were and are on Muppets Now. And we're bringing back viewer favorite fan casting and much more on this glorious 2-hour pre-recorded episode of Geekly Kingdom.
Welcome to Geekly Kingdom. Like you guys heard, this is a pre-recorded episode, but if you're watching it on our premiere, I am down below in the comments talking to you guys. Or chat, not comments, on the chat. I will answer your questions or anything like that on comments as well, but I'm in the chat. I'm not, in the comments right now. But yeah, guys, it's 4th of July, so I want to say thank you, 4th of July. Thank you, America. Celebrate. Yeah. All that stuff. Yeah. Like all that stuff.
The red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
Star
stuff.
Spangled.
That's why I'm wearing this shirt,
Yankees.
And if you're watching this for the first time and you're like, who is this person? I'm your host, Eric Wolf. I am joined today by my lovely co-host, Jilly.
Hey, happy 4th of July, people. Hope everyone's staying safe and, having your small barbecues, not social distance and all that jails.
And we're also joined by my favorite Canadian, Tyler.
Hi, yeah, hello. Why am I on the 4th of July show?
It's not, it's just on 4th of July.
It's a salute to all nations.
Right. But mostly America.
But mostly America. Got it.
Guys, before we get going, we do have a couple things that I want to just let you guys know. So we are going to be doing our Geekly Trivia night, and that's going to be on, August. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't think about what exact date is, but it's not next show, it's the following show, and it's the first weekend in August. Our first show in August will be Geekly Trivia. So yeah, get prepared, get ready for that. We are excited. We're gonna be working on some questions, and it's not gonna be, I will say this for you guys, it's not gonna be like regular trivia. We'll have trivia questions, but we're also gonna be playing some like interesting games. Figuring out, games, and it's gonna span, most of it is going to be Disney themed. I will say that, but some might be Harry Potter themed. We might go into just other fandoms. So if you're interested, there we go. We got you covered here on Geekly Kingdom. But yes, that will be Geekly Trivia, that first show on August. And we've already planned out, we have a show. We're going to be doing a Halloween-themed one, as well as a holiday one in December. Yeah. So get ready.
I know I should be thinking more of like the basis of the show and the questions and all that, but all I'm thinking about is what am I gonna wear? I feel like we should all coordinate a great Halloween costume.
We should.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Right?
We can totally do it.
Since none of us are going to a Halloween party.
Hopefully, I don't know. At this point, who knows? But yeah, so I wanted to let you guys know about that. I have coordinated with a friend of mine. She does some earrings out of park maps. So like Disney, she has Universal park maps. She has park maps that aren't even from Orlando. So winners are going to be able to go onto her website, pick out which earrings you guys want from there, and we'll go from there. And since you guys know I love pops, there's going to be some pops for you guys as well for winners. And some other stuff. We're gonna see what else we can get for you guys.
Wrangle up for everyone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool. I mean, we're gonna have stuff. Doesn't really matter what it is. It's stuff.
It's stuff. We'll get you guys. Stuff. We'll get you guys some prizes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's get to the first.
Eric is very angry this week. It's a weird Eric thing.
I'm excited for whatever this topic is now.
Ben, can you roll that? But Batman is one of those things that I'm like, if you give me a movie with like all these different Batman, Or just give me a sequel to Tim Burton's Batman. Like, we could kind of ignore... Guys, this is not what I meant. This is not what I meant when I said that last show. But literally, I want to say like a day after that show, rumors were just going all over the place that Micheal Keaton will be reprising his role as 1989 Batman to appear in the Flash movie. This is not what I meant. I don't want this. I want Micheal Keaton Batman to stay with Micheal Keaton.
How old is Micheal Keaton now?
I think I said on that show he's still good enough to play Batman.
Yeah.
But if people are listening to this show, no, Micheal Keaton's too old to play Batman. He shouldn't play Batman anymore.
There's like old Bruce Wayne in the comics.
There is.
Because I am so not adept at DC Comics. I wish Tom was awake right now, but he'd be able to talk at length. There's I want to say Damian Wayne is the new Batman, and their old Bruce Wayne is just like the Alfred to him. Yeah, you're like running everything
Batman
in the Batcave.
I was just about to say that
Beyond, yeah.
Alfred is for sure dead.
For sure.
Like, Alfred passed maybe a few months after, the last Micheal Keaton Batman movie.
No, so fun thing is...
Oh, wait, wasn't he dying in the movies?
It was the same
actor.
Same actor that played Alfred throughout all of them. The Micheal Keaton Batman, 89, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin.
Yeah, but now
he's like
Micheal
sick
Keaton.
and dying from old age or something. I don't remember which one.
But now it's been like 20-something years.
Yeah.
He didn't have 20-something years in him. Not to be rude, not to be morbid.
No, but yeah, I understand.
Rest in peace to that guy. I assume he is actually deceased.
Like, I don't know.
Michael Go? I think he's still alive.
The only thing that would interest me is if they leave it alone and he doesn't interact with anyone from the DCEU. I am not a DCEU fanboy. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Marvel's done a wonderful job, I think, bringing all these different characters together and making it, seem natural. DC's just thrown it in there and been like, it's been here. This has always been like this, and it's like it just doesn't work.
DC movies. I mean, I've always said I'm more of a DC person than a Marvel person, but like of late, DC movies are trash, just trash. I was actually just before coming here, I was playing a review of. And I've watched it a million times, but it's just funny, of Suicide Squad. And it's just like, and it's not a movie, it's just introductions.
It's not a movie.
It's just introductions.
It's like, hey, it's almost like a 90s TV show opening to each character for the first hour of the movie.
The funny thing is that honestly, that's the only thing that I enjoyed from that movie.
Yeah.
Was just to see everyone and being like, ooh, yeah, that person's that person. And it's like, who is this? He's Boomerang. What does he do? Boom, like, that's the only
Boomerang!
And they all had their own theme songs.
Yeah! Like, they established the fact that, like, the viewers of the movie just didn't know who these people were.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we can't do it like Marvel. We don't have all these years to, like, tell you about them, so here's a quick thing.
Yeah.
Like, here's a little
I feel
montage.
like it's the title. Like, with the title like that, they have to be like, okay, no, we really have to explain what this is so people don't misunderstand. If you just heard the title and you're like, well, that's dark and I don't like it. I don't know. I'm trying to get my hands on camera. I wholeheartedly disagree that Marvel hasn't been like setting all that stuff up, because I can't watch one of those movies without there being like a trillion references to other movies. Like, I loved I don't really like any of Marvel or DC anything, but I love Doctor Strange. And then at the last like minute of the movie, they're like, oh, you can use an Infinity Stone? And he's like, what's that? And they're like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, can we just can we have one movie that stands on its own without all of this setting up nonsense?
Okay, so my roommate can't stand Marvel.
Yeah.
She says it all the time, which is funny. She's just like, everyone's just an Avengers. Like, everyone, just anyone that Marvel, like, introduces as an Avenger, just, like, forget it kind of thing. And it's like...
That is true.
It's not, like, no, but, like, yeah, but, like, no.
Well, yeah.
But no, name me a character who's not an Avenger.
Okay, so that's the thing. Only because
Captain
they, like,
Marvel?
appear in, like, an Avengers movie or adjacent doesn't mean that they are an Avenger, technically speaking, in the movie.
These technicalities mean nothing to me.
Exactly, but that's the whole thing. And which is funny because that's what I tell her. I'm like, technically speaking, like, Ant-Man's not an Avenger.
Yeah.
And, like, Wasp isn't an Avenger.
We know that.
The Guardians aren't an Avenger.
But they're making them it. We know that that's supposed to be that.
You see, but yeah, like, it's one of those. It's just like, but I don't know. It's Micheal Keaton thing. I love Micheal Keaton.
Oh, right. That's what we were talking about.
I'd say what we do is we get Micheal Keaton back as Batman, but we make a sequel to Batman Returns, but there's no superheroes. It's just, it's just Bruce Wayne years later seeing Selena Kyle again because I want Michelle Pfeiffer. And she had one life left.
Oh, I would love that.
And it's just like oh wait, and she's kind of like mellowed out in her, like, she's not like old, but you know, she's not rocking the cat suit anymore, you know what I mean? So she's kind of like, ooh, you know, and they finally end up together because I liked that love story. And it's kind of like looking back at what we used to do, and now we're like, oh, I don't know.
Okay, so
that was like the best part of those movies is just the moment where they realize who each other is.
Yeah.
But you were like, I like the idea that DC has to put in this forced comedy in all of these movies. Like Justice League was the most unfunny, horrendous movie I've ever seen in my life. Oh, you're fine.
I stopped watching
you don't need to see
after
it.
Batman v Superman. I can't stand Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
I saw Batman v Superman twice.
Yeah.
And I will explain this. And I love explaining this. I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
After the movie, I was like, this movie doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I must have fallen asleep.
Yeah.
And I just missed something. Went back. After, I was like, oh, I didn't fall asleep. This movie just doesn't make any sense. It's so cut that they just didn't know what the heck to do. And I didn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
And now I paid twice for this movie. And I hate myself for it.
I find that I have that problem with most superhero movies where I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I feel like, not all, but some, especially like a lot of the Superman movies. I'm like,
Oh.
what?
I don't like Superman.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
What was the Brandon Roth one?
Oh,
I
you see, that
literally
one I've
cannot
seen many a
remember
time.
anything that happened. What was it?
Superman Returns.
Thank you, Tom.
Superman
Tom's
Returns?
awake now.
Is that the one that he has a
Super-
kid?
Yeah, that's the one where there's like a super kid playing the piano and then beating up a guy, and Lois Lane's like, okay, sure, that happened. And it's like, what? Why?
But it's not his kid. It's just that.
It was meant to be.
Isn't James Marsden in that? Like, Lois Lane's married to someone else?
Is that the time James Marsden was
Is it
in
James
everything?
Marsden?
There was a point in time that he was just in everything. He was in X-Men, then he appeared in Enchanted, and then he appeared in like
The Notebook.
Hairspray.
the Notebook,
Hairspray.
He was just
Don't
in
change
so
that
many
channel.
things and like in such a
Great
short amount
movie
of
still.
time. It was so funny.
But now he's on Dead to Me now.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Very good show. Highly recommend. Linda Cardellini's in it. Get on it.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, Velma.
Yeah.
We must watch everything
don't know.
that she's in.
Or Wendy from Gravity Falls.
I'm so, gosh. But yeah, no. I like your idea
Batman.
for the Batman movie, though.
Thank you. It's just fan service to me.
So, but here's the thing, like, if they just do that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, if Flash, for some reason, and for everyone that's watching that has no idea why Batman would even, like, show up in this, because I have not explained anything. So the Flash has this, like, story arc called Flashpoint, I believe it's called. and he essentially just hops from universe to universe kind of thing, like DC universes. So that's what they're going to be essentially doing for live action, which is, I guess, why they're going back to Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, if they jump back and he's with Catwoman and you see Michelle Pfeiffer and all this, I'm like, yeah,
Michelle Pfeiffer's too good for this.
I don't mind. Well,
Hey!
I hope all of them are too good for this, but, you know.
What's this trend on, like, dimension hopping that's been going on? I mean, they just announced, like, a new Ratchet and Clank game that's dimension hopping, and then they just announced the new Crash Bandicoot that's like time travel hopping. What is this? Was it Spider-Verse? Did Spider-Verse start this universe hopping trend?
I want to say yes, but then at the same time, I want to say, like, with DC going back to Tim Burton Batman, is kind of one of those things that people have this, like, fond memory, especially with, like, movies. People have such fond memories of, like, older movies, and then they, like, the studios try to, like, reboot it, and it's not as good as the original, and they're like, how can we do this that we can bring back the original but still have it, like, and it's like, yeah, I guess doing all this, like, dimension hopping would be the perfect thing to do, because you get to see, like, we want to do something new, but they want to see, like, the old stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess.
It's not that we want to see the old people or the old.
No, yeah.
It's that we want you to make good movies like you used to.
Like you used to, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all you got to do. You could do your own idea. Just make it good. Like, people, I feel like movies just gotten stupid over the last 10 years. Like, it's just like, we'll put a shiny bow on it and you'll like it. And it's like, no, thank you. But I'm better than that.
Ghostbusters.
And you know what I really just don't like also? And I guess I'm on the bandwagon because, like, I didn't watch Justice League. Because, like, Batman v Superman was such a letdown that, like, everyone starts to, like, hate things so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I was able to see...
Prejudge it. I mean, that's what we're doing right now.
Well, definitely. definitely. But it was kind of like, I watched the new Charlie's Angel movie.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks is in it, and actually
How
we're talking
was
about
that?
Elizabeth Banks just a little bit later. She's gonna be in some other movie there, and we'll talk about that. But that movie was actually pretty good. Like, I didn't mind it at all, kind of thing.
I mean, my girl K-Stew's in it, so.
And it's funny because it's technically a continuation. Because at the end, at, like, the, like, credits, they have, like, they have callbacks to all the other Charlie's Angels.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, so you guys didn't even, like, try to reboot Charlie's Angels. It's just like, these are the Angels now.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And at the time, they were just like, we're doing a new Charlie's Angel, and everyone went nuts. And I was just like, oh, wait, but no, hold on.
Yeah,
This is just Angels now. Like, this is okay. It's just a continuation. Like, it was honestly good. I didn't mind it.
I want to see it. I actually wanted. I think I was gonna go to the movie and see that, but I opted to see Knives Out instead. Not mad at it.
Good choice.
Thank you.
I haven't seen Knives Out, and I need to because I'm a huge Clue fan, and I feel like it's like a new Clue. And
I could spend the next 3 hours talking about Knives Out.
On the side of my face.
Heaving breath. We could also just talk about Clue for the next 3 hours.
We've done that. We had a whole Tim Curry
Where's
talk.
Pete?
Oh, I think that's what we should do for Halloween. We should just miss Clue characters.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That would be something cool.
Oh, but who do I want to be?
Well, think about it.
Mrs. White or Miss Scarlet?
Oh man, so we were talking a little bit about movies. You know, like trying to erase things out of memory. And that there's a rumor coming out. There's
is hilarious.
It's crazy.
Oh no.
Huge rumor that they're gonna Disney is trying to erase the J.J. Abrams Rian Johnson movies from existence. Like, it's just not gonna be canon.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't understand. It's hilarious, but I don't get it.
It's just one of these things, and it's funny because Tyler, you just said the whole thing about, like, oh, portals and, like, this and that. I feel like that would be a perfect way for them to do this.
Yeah. Okay. So Star Wars Rebels did this weird episode where Ezra is just like on like a black void of Star Wars space time where he can hear things that are happening from other points in the Star Wars universe. Not just episodes of Rebels. You hear audio from like the Clone Wars and then the original series. And I'm like, are they really doing... Red Letter Media joked about how the most recent movie, what was it called again? I did not watch it. Rise of Skywalker? They're like, you know what Star Wars hasn't done? A terrible time travel story, because that's how you fix everything. Disney is so... Is it okay to say this? Full of it?
Yeah.
Because when they were coming up with Galaxy's Edge, I remember at D23, they're like, oh yeah, we're building this land with all 3 films in mind. And then they make the second movie and they're like, yeah, we went in a direction that we weren't expecting. It's like, I'm sorry, did you not have all 3 of these movies planned out?
I will say,
no, you didn't.
Clearly not.
You can clearly tell though. Was Rian Johnson the one that directed that second one?
Yes, he both wrote and directed it. Meaning they had no idea what they were doing after the first one.
Correct.
And they were just like, Rian Johnson, do whatever you want.
It's one of those things that what they should have done is they should have just hired J.J. Abrams to do all 3.
Yeah, I don't know why that,
Ew.
Just all 3.
Because even if it was bad, at least you would have had one thought.
Yeah, at least just one huge thought. But then you had J.J. Abrams, like, setting up stuff in the first movie that should either pay off at least a little in the second movie and really pay off in the third movie and like not do anything in the second movie. Like he was just like, oh, there's another Star Wars movie before the one that I'm making? Like, nah. Like we just need these characters, but that's it. Like doesn't really matter kind of thing. And I was just like, what?
I am like,
and this is coming from someone that's not a Star Wars fan. I'm not in the know of like characters and the lore and all this. I just went to go see the movies. Yeah. And I was so confused by what the heck that second one was doing. I was like, this makes no sense with what you just did in the first one, Disney.
Yeah.
I was like,
and then it ends.
No idea.
Like a trilogy ends. You say, I thought you were going to say before that in the movie Star Wars, they go, there's another Star Wars. Like that's a line that would have been in the movie. That's what it sounded like you were going to say.
I feel like, you see, in my opinion, so The Force Awakens, not a bad movie, but I was like, okay, like I understand, we're gonna go somewhere with this.
Yeah.
Right? And I could kind of get a sense of what they wanted. And then the second movie, I think the second's the worst, clearly. And the third isn't bad.
Yeah.
If the first 2 did its like due diligence of setting it up.
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh, okay, like I would have liked this if we had been like a good redemption arc for Kylo, if we had been setting that up more. You know, I would, but I'm just so angry. I'm just angry because I like Kylo Ren.
Star Wars.
And I didn't really like him until the last movie.
Okay.
And then I was like, man, if they really would have done this from the beginning, and like with such a great character, like the child of my 2 favorite characters, like do it right.
Yeah.
And like really have some good stuff. Like in the second one, we could have had some great stuff with him and Leia.
Yeah.
And like maybe we could have had that, like maybe that was something that was supposed to happen in the third, but we, you know.
Which I also think it's one of those things that it's such a weird thing that you have these 3 amazing actors that are from the original trilogy and stuff like that, and they made a huge deal about having them come back and this and that, and they did nothing with Leia.
They did nothing with Leia.
But I'm just like, what?
And also, they kept them all so
she's in general. That's it.
Yeah, like what? Why?
I'm just.
And the thing that sucks is that like after the third movie came out, or right before, there was like this like speculation, and everyone was talking like, oh, Leia had a big part for the third one. Leia had a big part for the third one, and it's like, oh, really? Was it just gonna come out of nowhere? Because she hasn't done anything. Like, I'm sorry.
There
but,
was
like,
no build-up
Yeah.
to, like,
so,
or
like,
a hint.
out of nowhere, she was just gonna be like, "I'm a bad Jedi," like, woo! And it's like, you did nothing except that force.
Which was so stupid. Don't get me started. I'm so
I
angry.
love that.
Oh my god.
Star Wars is a sci-fi serial. It's the cheesy Flash Gordon-y kind of like fighting with laser sword. Like it's that moment. Like I had equal amounts of this is so stupid and oh my god, this is so awesome. I loved that moment. That was perfectly campy in every way.
You know what I didn't?
I liked
also like?
half of that movie.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I
liked
didn't
exactly half of it.
that girl with the purple hair.
Oh yeah, who just shows up out of nowhere for no
That
reason.
she just shows up out of
The
nowhere.
only Star Wars
What's
character.
her name? What's the
Everyone's
Holdo?
supposed to trust her.
Yeah.
Darth
But then-
Holdo.
Yeah. But then at the same time,
That's not her name.
Laura Dern.
Disney is also like,
Yeah.
wink, wink, you want to know more and you want to know why she's in this movie and why we should trust her? You should read a book. And I'm like, no, you're doing a movie. Explain it in the movie.
That's
if it's
true.
not in the movie,
Can't.
then no.
Money.
You can definitely like explain it in the movie, like why. You don't need to explain everything, but you can explain a little bit, and then after be like, hey, there's a book out. You know, like going through like a bunch of different like adventures that her and Leia went on, and it's like cool. But you're just gonna show up out of nowhere and be like, Leia, trust me, and it's like, what? No. Who are you?
Even better. I mean, I love Laura Dern, but even better, don't have that character and give that storyline to Leia.
You know.
What a concept. And then, I mean, not to be rude, have it end the way it ended.
Yeah.
And then you would have had like a good, nice death send-off for Leia. I mean, I know we weren't expecting it to happen.
expecting it, yeah.
But like in hindsight, I would have been 10 times more giddy to see her like sacrifice herself for the resistance, and I'd be like, yeah, that's my Leia. Then I don't even know what happened in the third one. She was just like, oh
My
yes,
Leia.
bye. Like.
Yeah.
I've been through it. I'm done now. It wasn't even. It felt like it wasn't even like Leia died. It was like Leia went, I'm done with living now. Goodbye.
It's one of those things that like you said, unfortunately, circumstances happened. She passed away.
Yeah.
Like that was something that we couldn't, we couldn't predict or anything like that. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm sorry. Harrison Ford from the get-go didn't want to do the movie.
Yeah.
Kill him off in the first movie.
Yeah.
Fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But then Luke and Leia, why are you gonna do that to Luke?
Yeah.
He wants to still be in the movies.
Yeah. Although he was very. I love how vocal Mark Hamill was about hating that movie.
Oh yeah, it's in the
rightfully
making
so.
of
Yeah.
on the Blu-ray. They like put in. He's like, yeah, I fundamentally disagreed with this. Like that was the quote, but I liked that because they actually just went a completely different direct. Like I know that was the whole thing. He what's the word? What's the word for what Rian Johnson does? Something expectation, subverted expectations.
Yes.
But I liked all of that because it wasn't the same nonsense Marvel DC. Like you can do something completely different, or I'm like, oh, like he set up the whole idea where it's just like Rey's parents, no one, and then Disney's like, well, actually, and then I haven't seen the third one. Tom told me, like he came back from the theater, he's like, you're not gonna believe this, and then he told me the whole plot of the movie, and I went, wow, I do not want to see this movie at all.
Yeah.
The whole idea of Rey just being completely separate from everything was such a great idea because it's like anybody can be a Jedi.
Correct.
And that's a great concept.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Like that
gonna
little
say,
boy that was
I will never
sweeping
forget
with the
when
force.
my
What
friend
happened
looked
to the
at
little
end of
boy?
Who's that
Rise of
little boy?
Skywalker, and that's how they
Who's
felt
the
in
little boy
2010
sweeping?
when prequels came out.
You
when
know-
the Phantom Menace came out.
I'm sorry. Are we?
We can't hear him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they couldn't hear you. Do you
At
want to say
all.
it again?
You guys were just
Okay.
talking.
I
Say
thought
it
we were
again.
just talking amongst yourselves.
He was telling a joke. He was making fun of the prequels.
But no, you bring up a good point, because it's like, I feel like the other thing that I really just didn't like and really just didn't enjoy was that everyone in this new, you know, trilogy had to be connected to people from the old trilogy.
Yeah.
Like when the first one came out and everyone was like, oh, it's Finn Lando's kid, and it's like, why? Because he's the only black actor in the Star Wars thing. Like, does he have to be connected?
That's exactly what
Lando
racist people on the internet thought.
You know.
Well, but then like
I can't say the word I'm
even
thinking
in the
of.
last one, like the last one, it was like, why did Lando have to, like to me, it was just like, why did Lando have to like really be invested in that one black girl?
Yeah.
And be like, what's your story? It's like, why, Lando? Why don't you ask anyone else here what their story is? Is it because they're black? Like, do you have to be that? Like, do you have to connect the dots there? Like, connect it with I was about to say Cho Chang.
Cho Chang. Yeah.
Connect it with the Asian actress and like find out what her
That's
story is.
Lavender Brown.
Like
Sorry,
but
I'm
I was
quoting
just like, what in the world? And everyone's just trying to like connect it to everyone, like that everyone already knows. And I'm like, come on, like no.
There are weird aliens.
Yeah.
Why can't Lando have been like interested in some like fish lady or man or whatever?
Well, it's funny.
I'm not even gonna get started on the whole Lando is pan thing because that was just the internet.
To Solo, you know, like it's. Everyone's like, oh, he's into robots too, and it's just like, yeah, I guess so, but like.
Also, what's the Kerry Russell's character in the last Star Wars movie? The one she has the helmet.
Oh my gosh, that's right, she was in that movie.
She was, but like, was she? Like she popped up, and I was like, oh my god, it's Kerry Russell, and then it was like a minute later, and it was like, is that it? What happened? What was that about? I'm very confused.
Just the realization she's in the movie.
As a movie, just a movie fan. Yeah, erase all these. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
like I'm fine with it.
Make another movie and explain that you went through a wormhole or something like that. Like whatever you want to do. I honestly don't care.
What do you want it to be?
I want it to be what? Like what do you mean?
Like. I have been thinking about for a while and just make one new movie that has nothing to do with any of those characters.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, but what would that even be? That would just be some kind of like generic movie that there has no lightsabers or force or whatever. Like, then you get Solo, which was just a heist movie, essentially. And the only thing was that it has Han Solo. Yeah. And it introduces all these characters that you never see or hear from again. Yeah. They try and pretend that Chewie's gonna die and fall off the train. And I'm like, you can't just trick me like that. It's like an episode of Poirot where they're like teasing that Poirot's gonna get murdered, and I'm like, yeah, but I know that there's like 20 more books and adaptations. You can't. There's an Indiana Jones I think it was called Young Indiana Jones. It was a TV show.
Yeah.
And in it you see old Indiana Jones. And I'm like, so canonically you can't ever kill him off of the movies because there he is. He's an old man. He's still alive.
That's how we got Harrison.
You can't try and tell me you're gonna kill Chewie.
It was just one of those like, we're gonna pull your heartstrings. We know you like him.
Yeah, what manipulation though?
Yeah. Very much so.
You know what I would like?
Okay,
you know what's okay? I'm not a big fan of the prequel movies, but something I did like. I liked how they had like the little Jedi Academy.
Okay.
I was a fan.
Okay.
It was cute. And so I feel like we could have like a movie but treat, I don't want to pretend like these characters didn't exist because they are important to that world, but treat like them as lore and like teach a younger generation about it. It's like it doesn't have to be about them, but like people learning the Force and being like, oh, you're like this is years, like move it really, really far away and be like, oh, remember when Luke Skywalker did blah, 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 you know? And it's like, learning the learnings.
So what you want is Star Wars Temple of, what's that Star Wars Training Academy at Hollywood Studios?
Yeah, I was about to say Temple of Doom, and that's completely not the right thing.
I want Star Wars Temple of Doom. Do it like Harry Potter, where it's like the Force is just kind of. The Force is some kind of like magical thing where it's just like some family somewhere, kind of like Luke. Luke just they in the original one, it's just like, oh yeah, here's your dad's lightsaber, and you know there's magic. I can teach you the magic. You just gotta like, I don't know, close your eyes and concentrate.
But I want to get some power converters.
Just do it like Harry Potter, where it's just like some kid just slowly discovering they have the Force just by sheer will alone. They don't know what the Force is. It's been years. No one else has the Force.
Yeah.
And then maybe somebody just builds everything from scratch. Oh no, that would be like somebody would be like, "What are you building?" I don't know. I'm going to call it a lightsaber. That's what I'll call it. Like it'll be too stupid.
Oh yeah, like how did the Jedi start? What was the first lightsaber? Yes, I like what you're on to, Tyler.
No, I do not want.
Okay, never mind. I want what I just said then. I was trying to give him credit, but I'll say what I want.
Sorry. I don't care how something started, because that's what all of them were. It was like, hey, Boba Fett, you want to know how he became Boba Fett? I'm like, I don't care.
It's so true.
Or you want to know how Darth Vader came to be? No, I really don't care what he was like as a little boy.
Yeah,
who was sad.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. And I think one of the things that kind of annoyed me again, like another thing that annoyed me from these movies, is Finn. I like Finn.
I like Finn.
I like Finn.
Yeah.
Finn clearly is Force sensitive.
Oh yeah.
Clearly Force sensitive. Never says it. Never and it's one of those things that I was like, did you want to tell Leia? Is that why? And then Leia passed away, and you were just like, I'm not gonna say it. And it was just like,
what? What whole thing about when they were like, I need to talk to Leia? Did they ever explain that? I don't remember.
No.
Who knows?
Because he was like, I need to talk to Leia about something.
I want, reading into that, I want to say he wanted to tell Leia that he's been Force sensitive, like he's been feeling stuff, or whatever, whatever the Force, however the Force appears to you.
Or was it like that he? Or was it like that she knew that Palpatine was her father? I think that was.
Maybe.
I don't know. Again, I don't understand what they were trying to do with Leia's role in the last movie.
No. It's one of those things.
They couldn't even make Finn gay. Come on.
Well, that's another thing. That it's like, was he gonna say that? Was he gonna say that people?
Was he gonna say, Leia, I'm gay? I need to tell you something. I don't know why, because I don't really know you that well.
But everyone was shipping Poe and Finn, and I'm like,
even the actors were.
Well, yeah, which is hilarious.
They should have done it. You can't watch that first one and not think that those two aren't totally into each other.
But it was
oh my god!
It's just
BB-8 has two daddies.
Can I just? This isn't a spoiler, but this just infuriated me when I heard about it, and then when I saw a clip online. So there's quicksand in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
And what is quicksand but just tiny rocks? And Jedi can control rocks with their mind. Huge rocks. But apparently, Rey can't control a large amount of tiny rocks. And everyone sinks in quicksand in a scene. Right. That's all. I just think that's the stupidest thing in the entire world. I saw a clip of Supergirl where she's stuck in quicksand, and I'm like, you're Supergirl. You can't get out of some wet dirt.
Oh.
Remember
one can
that
get
John
out of
Mulaney
quicksand.
skit where he was like, as a kid, I thought quicksand was going to be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I thought it was gonna be a bigger deal?
Ooh.
The new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But yeah, now we got word. Apparently, Margot Robbie is set to star as the female lead, and I'm saying it just like that. So
Okay.
Margot Robbie is set to play the female lead, and the one who's writing Pirates of the Caribbean, the new movie, is going to be what is her name? Christina Hudson, which wrote Bumblebee. I actually enjoyed that movie, gotta say. She apparently wrote Batgirl. Haven't seen the movie. Hasn't come out. There's nothing about it. I don't even think they're
Is
gonna
it
make
the
it.
movie or is it the
Isn't it a
TV
show?
show?
Yeah. Or are they making
No,
a
because
movie?
that's Batwoman.
Is it Batwoman?
That's not Batgirl.
That's
Oh.
Yeah. That's not. The TV show's Batwoman.
Oh, excuse me.
What a time
And
to
she
live in.
wrote Birds of Prey.
Oh, no.
Just with Birds of Prey, I don't find this news very well.
Oh, no.
Whatever.
I personally don't have I don't have a problem with Margot Robbie. I don't.
Yeah.
I personally do not enjoy, I don't like this version of Harley.
Yeah.
I think if you are going to do this version of Harley, I think Margot Robbie did a wonderful job.
Yes.
This version of Harley, cool. Birds of Prey was an interesting movie.
I think the biggest problem is that Harley is such a cartoon.
Yeah.
And translating that and keeping the love of why you love Harley is because of all those elements of her.
Yeah.
So translating it was difficult.
I don't know, cause like, so Birds of Prey, watching Birds of Prey, I liked everything that Harley was in.
Yes.
Everything outside of Harley was horrible.
Yes.
The depictions of Huntress, I think, was just bad. Black Canary, the actress that played Black Canary, well done, great job.
Well job.
Well job.
It's like a Wells vodka. It's cheap, but all right, you know?
I think she did a wonderful job. Just the movie itself, how the movie was written, it's bad.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like, it's not even like I'm the only one that's saying this. Warner Brothers will not be doing any more Harley Quinn movies for the time being.
Yes.
Because of Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
She will be coming up, she'll be in Suicide Squad, or The Suicide Squad. They need to change the name, it's stupid. Take out the
Tokyo Drift.
it's a new movie. No, stop it.
I like how Hollywood's just like, this never happened.
Yeah. It's one of those. But like, so she's gonna be appearing in that as Harley Quinn, but they will not be going forward with any more solo Harley Quinn movies. Which sucks, because I wanted to see Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't know why you didn't just do Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy.
I'll
but
tell
whatever.
you why.
Can't.
Because we don't want to ruin Catwoman.
Well,
Well, I mean, they've
they
already done
did.
it, but
But yeah, no, like this, just like what? And the funny thing is the reason why I said she's going to star as the female lead is that rumors are also speculating that she is not playing Red.
yeah.
She is just going to be the female lead
Yeah.
for Pirates of the Caribbean moving forward.
Which has me have hope for something we talked about on the Wolf Den, that
Yeah.
Red is going to be a little bit of an older pirate, which
Possibly.
I really like. I don't want some young, like, chickadee playing. I'm so rude, but like playing Red. I want like an
Chickadee?
established older lady pirate who's like been through it.
Yeah.
Michelle
the
Pfeiffer.
block. That's all.
Yeah, no. What do you think, Tyler?
I Okay, no one can make a different pirate movie now. Mm-hmm. No one, like, remember how no one cared about Westerns, and then they made like 2 Western movies and no one cared?
Yep.
Like pirates made a pirate movie in a time where no one cared about pirate movies, and they did it, and it was just good. But also Jerry Bruckheimer's like put as much money into physical production as possible.
Yeah.
I think pirates should be a series of mystical pirate adventures loosely tied to the same world and ideas and stuff. Like the whole ghost pirate ship thing, just that. Like,
Yeah.
and whereas I do not agree with much of who or what Max Landis has said or done, I like his idea that, you know, you make a movie with a bunch of new actors and new characters, and then at some point, just like Will Turner shows up in the movie, helps them out for 5 minutes, and then they go on their way. Like, these characters still exist in this universe and whatnot. Like, I don't think Jack Sparrow should be in everything. Jack Sparrow was great for the first few movies, and then I think the 4th one was okay, but then in the 5th one, he's just like a side character who's just like stopping them from continuing with their journey the whole time, like just impeding their their plot line. And he's just the worst. Like, he's not even, the whole 5th movie is his fault. The 4th movie, he's the main character and he's doing things. The 5th one, he's like, he's just the cause of the problem and doesn't seem to get that. They should have killed him off in the 5th one. Or
which
whatever.
is funny because I feel like he works in that sense. I feel like, if anything, how they worked him into Pirates 5 would be a good way to like kind of work him into this one. It's like, it's not really about you. You can come in for like 2 scenes, kind of just be like, "Ooh, I don't know what's happening," and then kind of like just go on your way.
I wouldn't even put him in it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no.
Yeah,
definitely.
or just don't put Sparrow in it. But I would love to see more pirate adventure movies. When I heard Margot Robbie's going to be the new female lead, I'm like, okay, what's
like,
the movie?
I don't mind.
What is the plot?
I technically don't mind her being in the movie.
Isn't she also supposed to be playing Tinkerbell?
Apparently, that is
In
very
what?
highly rumored in the live-action Peter Pan movie. Yeah.
Stop! Actually, I was going to say you could only make Peter Pan better than the cartoon.
It has to be.
Why even just make it?
It's going to be different.
You know,
it's called Peter Pan and Wendy.
Oh, like
That's
the original.
That's the like working title.
Yeah, that's what the original play is called.
Yeah.
2003 Peter Pan,
I liked
and then
the
we
Peter
had
Pan, the live-action Peter Pan movie with
the 2001.
Star.
The one
with 2003.
Jason Isaacs as Captain Hook.
Yeah.
That was really good. I really liked that one. I watch that sometimes often. The I Do Believe in Fairies scene is great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I personally like that that version of Peter Pan. I love that live action version of Peter Pan. I just like Disney's characters, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, if they can just bring those characters and the look and, you know, everything into a live action format, I think it would be good.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we did when we did a live fan cast of Peter Pan.
Yeah.
And it was very much taking those characters, the animated characters, and bringing them into live action kind of thing. I don't mind it, but you know.
This is total side note. But you know, you've seen the 2000s Peter Pan. You know when they're fighting at the end and Captain Hook is like getting Peter to like not have happy thoughts anymore?
Yeah.
That is such a good scene.
Yeah.
And he's like explaining how Wendy's gonna forget him. He goes, "She doesn't even know your name anymore." And then he's like slowly falling down. I'm like, this is great.
Such a good one, yeah. No.
A lot of that movie's really good.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And it lifts like a lot from the books.
Yeah.
I think they said at the time, like, there's never been a proper live action faithful version of that movie. Like, that movie was so good, Disney doesn't own it, and they stole the theme song from that movie.
Yeah. They play
which is in all the
it
Disney
Fly?
cartoons. Yeah, Flying by James Newton Howard.
Yeah.
Disney just took
they play
that.
sucker all the time. And it's such a good one. Yeah, it is. Just
Sorry.
such a good
It's a
one.
good
I
track.
brought everyone into Peter Pan. I'm sorry. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates. Actually, Tyler, you mentioned Jerry Bruckheimer. The fact that he likes to do physical sets and stuff. He's apparently going to be producing this movie. So I'm really hoping it's going to be the same, at least the same feel
Yeah.
as these old, other pirate movies.
Although the last one was very dark. Like, not
Yeah.
tonally. Like,
Oh, you
it
mean
was
like
visually
dark,
very
yeah.
dark. I'm like, I can't see.
All movies are like gray now.
Yeah.
But also when you wear like 3D glasses, you can't even, if the movie's already dark, I'm with 3D glasses on, like Goblet of Fire, I could not see anything when I saw it in 3D. It was such a, especially the end finale in the hedge maze and with Voldemort. Sorry, spoilers for like a 20-year-old movie. But yeah, like that was, everything's so gray and desaturated and everything looks like The Last of Us. Like no one makes any colorful films anymore. And then if you do, you get Ghostbusters where they're like, yeah, just bump up the saturation and make everything orange and pukey.
Oh, I want to see that new Ghostbusters movie.
Oh, I know.
That looks good.
It's coming out next year now.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Hey,
like everything. Mulan got pushed back.
Hey, Disney, why don't you finish up the current theme park movie ride and release that before you start working on another one? Can you just let us see Jungle Cruise?
But which is literally The Mummy.
This major motion
I don't mind
picture.
it, but do it right. But literally
Push
the
it back
trailer is
here.
The Mummy.
I honestly don't
It does look like
mind.
The Mummy.
And if all this talk about, oh, it might be like the start of like a sea, kind of like, just branch off, I'm like,
Do it right.
I don't mind if they do it right.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. And honestly, you know what? If they do, if these movies, if this is a start of C, and I would love for them to do other movies and not necessarily call them anything to do with C.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing.
They have to.
You
They
think so?
can't resist. Disney, nobody now cannot resist making a movie and then saying it's part of an extended universe.
Oh, well, yes.
A phrase that makes me throw up now. Like, just make a movie. You're right.
That's
They're
exactly
100% going to do Jungle Cruise, and then the next movie, which they're already working on, is going to be 20,000 Leagues.
Yeah.
And then they're going to keep going. But leading to what?
But that's my thing. Like, I wish, I really hope they're just making these movies, and like people who know about C or like something like that, like pick up the different things, and then maybe finally make a C movie, but don't have any of these characters.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want like The Rock like coming into a C movie. Like, I just want,
you
like,
must
the
be
fact
Captain Nemo.
like, maybe they can go to the same like sets or something like that. But I don't want The Rock in a C movie.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. Like, I think if they can have all these like background stuff and then at the end make a movie and have all the background stuff and all the hidden stuff pay off, I think that would be sick.
Yeah.
And I think Disney
Sure.
would, like,
Sickening.
I think that would be cool. But yeah, Margot Robbie, I don't mind.
I'm like, I'm
don't
not
mind.
shocked. I feel like
this is another one that's going this way. I don't mind.
that's
Are
the
you
bad
swiping
file.
right and left on those cards?
Oh, I don't know. Am I swiping the right way? I don't even know. You know what I am excited about, though?
Muppets?
The Muppets. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. I guessed right.
You did. Muppets Now. So
Now?
Muppets Now.
Oh, the 31st.
Well, yeah, the
Never mind.
31st. The 31st.
That's not now.
I love Miss Piggy.
Oh, I love them. I love them all. I love them all.
Yeah.
I'm so total side thing, and I don't think I've ever said this. Like, people know I'm a geek and all this and blah blah blah. So I juggle, I can juggle. I used to be part of a circus down in Miami. My clown name actually came from the Muppets. Yeah.
What was your clown name?
I'm a huge Scooter
name?
fan.
Oh.
So my clown name is technically Scooter. I don't clown anymore. I haven't clowned in a long time. But yeah, no, my name is Scooter, and it's because of Scooter in the Muppets.
Yeah.
I love him so much. And it's so cool because the concept apparently for this movie is Scooter is rushing to make his Scooter's rushing to make his deadline. So he's in charge of basically streaming these new episodes of the Muppets to Disney Plus.
It was so meta. I love it.
And I know, I love it so much. And he's basically gonna have to like deal with everything that the Muppets throw at him.
Yeah.
So like I can just imagine they're going to like have, you know, all these different like tasks and stuff for him to be doing.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be delivering these to Disney Plus. And I love it so much. I believe we have the trailer. I think. If we do, it'll play. If we don't, then we can just talk about some things.
Disney.
Oh yeah.
With Kermit the Frog.
But I love it. We have this new character, Joe from
We're
Legal.
shooting something here to help
He's this
spread
I love
the
that.
word about how the
this little
Muppets are
otter-looking
creating an
thing.
incredible new show for
Such
Disney
a cute
Plus.
character.
He looks like my puppy.
listening.
And I love the fact that he doesn't have like a
It's gonna be
like I don't know, like the
and
Muppets have
funny.
like unique voices.
Yeah.
And
It's
they're
gonna
very
feature some
cartoony.
new
Yeah.
friends.
He's just straight up like if I'm talking
No
right
details
Yeah.
about celebrity
And it's
guests
so
or
fun.
content
Yeah.
to be
Legal.
proffered at this juncture.
But Joe, look, I was just gonna show everyone.
You know, Joe
All
from
over
Legal
my
is
dead
just
legal
like
briefs.
there's 500 million Joe from Legals in the world, and they all look and wear the same thing.
RuPaul.
I love this line. I'm not fishing, but thank you.
Muppets are getting together to make some
And I
fun
love that it's
things
gonna
for
be
Disney
like the
Plus.
old Muppets.
Is that
We're
what
gonna
you
have
want me to tell
celebrity
everyone?
guests.
Perfect.
What do you mean
And it's funny
perfect?
because
I'm loving all the Beaker and stuff that I'm seeing. Dr. Bunsen on to do. That stuff looks like good old classic good time Muppets stuff.
yeah.
That makes me very excited.
And apparently this is gonna be unscripted. So this is all like improvised.
Oh my god!
That's
so
the
it's
part
like
that
the
worries
best
me.
of Christopher Guest and the Muppets.
I'm just like, what? This is gonna be improvised? It's 6 episodes apparently for season 1.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how I feel about this. You guys know I love Pixar. Pixar in real life has been. We're into episode 7, I believe it is. They just released episode 7 yesterday. But it's been 1 a month since the launch of Disney Plus.
And they're like 5 minutes.
Yeah, not even sometimes. And I'm like, please don't do this with the Muppets. Like,
That's
do
aggressive.
it weekly. Like, yes, it's only 6 episodes, but like, just give it to us. I
Yeah.
hope it's not monthly. I think that's the only thing that I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, But
You know
I-
why they
I
do that though, right?
Say it again.
You know why they do that? It's because at the end of the month, before you cancel your subscription, you go, they can release a video that's like, hey, here's what's this month. Oh, it's another episode of that thing you might like. And then you go, okay, I'll hang on to it another month. It's like CBS All Access. It's like,
But I
let's
signed
just
up
keep
for a
pumping
year.
out
I have
Star
it for
Wars
a year.
garbage.
I have it for a year.
I'm gonna
All
keep
the-
paying for it. Disney, just give it to
Right?
me.
All the D23 people have it for 3 years. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, just give it to us. But I'm excited. I'm really excited for the Muppets. You were talking about Beaker and Dr. Honeydew.
Yeah.
They come out in, oh man, Nat Geo's Brain Games. Is it Nat Geo?
Really?
Yeah, they're in Brain Games. So like sometimes they come out and they like explain like what's happening for that game. So like they'll do like a game or whatever and it's like, why does this happen? And it's like, let's throw it off to Beaker, Dr. Honeydew. And they come out and they're just like explaining it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I was like, I love this. I didn't actually think
great.
about it
Yeah.
until like I started seeing it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's why they're on Disney Plus. Like, we have them now or doing something. So that was such a
We have you
just a
now.
wholesome, like really good surprise for me.
Yeah.
I love them so much. I love the Muppets. And the Muppet Show, not the old one, but the one that they did on ABC, that was kind of like The Office, I personally enjoyed. I didn't really have a problem with it. I think it was a little odd that they gave, like, Miss Piggy a show. And it's like, oh, you guys are doing a show based on characters that have a show, but you're only giving the show to one person. I'm like, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I think the concept kind of worked. Tyler, did you see that by any chance?
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
Okay.
I like the Muppet. Like, when they said this one was unscripted, I'm like, yeah, because the Muppets are best when they're improving. Like, that's what I loved about all those movies and TV shows and sketches you've been in, is the unscripted nature. My head's gonna turn all the way around. I just want them to I just want them to do a thing where they're doing the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
And you let the very talented writers and creators of the Muppets just do what they're best at, which is what they have been doing. And even like the Bobby Moynihan movie that he was like heading up with the Muppets, where it would have been like, oh yeah, it takes place like after Muppets Take Manhattan. And I'm like, that actually sounds really good. And then Disney's like, oh, but actually we want to move in a different direction because we don't understand why we have these things and why people like them. And then Bobby Moynihan's like, bye. I'm not even gonna try and like work on something that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah. I can't think about it right now, but was that the same movie that Josh Gad was attached to? Or was
maybe
Josh
it wasn't
Gad...
Bobby Moynihan, maybe it was Josh Gad. Maybe I'm not remembering. Movie? No, I think I just didn't remember which one of those two.
Oh, okay. Because I could have sworn at some point in time there was like two being developed. And it was like, there's two Muppet movies?
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain, but I'm just very interested to see why there's two. And then Muppets Now, which, I can't wait for that. I honestly can't.
He's excited so that one gets politely put back on the table.
That one gets back underneath here. Oh man. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we're talking about Disney Plus Summer Movie Nights, the Phineas and Ferb movie coming to Disney Plus, and we're fan casting something. So stick tuned.
4 panelists, 30 minutes, 1 week in Disney Parks news. This is Parks Center. On Parks Center, the panel and I cover the top 7 Disney Park stories of the past week. From attraction news to transportation scandals to new food and merchandise, we'll cover it all in 30 minutes or less. You can watch us stream live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. at WDWNtunes.com, watch episodes on demand at youtube.com/WDWNT, or subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.
Dreamfinders is WDW News Today's podcast all about the creative culture surrounding Disney parks. Authors, Imagineers, dancers, actors, photographers, filmmakers, and a whole lot more have all stopped by to chat about how Disney has inspired their artistic work.
But I still remember sitting in conference tables and looking across at Michael and Jeffrey Katzenberg and this sort of little 6-year-old inside of me going, what in heaven's name is going on here?
And we're off and running, and Tony needs someone to lay it out for him. And there's no architect available. So the next thing I know, I'm laying out the pavilion.
I got to tell you, I have not enjoyed a podcast so much. It's just a warm conversation, and warm and intelligent conversation, which you don't find that often in podcasts.
Dreamfinders. Episodes drop every other Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcatcher.
Pressing Issues is the spin-off of the WDW News Today podcast segment as a long-form panel discussion in which some of the brightest minds of WDWNT analyze the biggest stories of the week and their impact on the Walt Disney Company, its parks, guests, and cast members. Join us every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, or afterward on the WDW News Today podcast feed.
WDW News Tonight is our weekly comedy show combining the news of the week, comedy segments, thoughtful discussions, insane characters, parody commercials, games, and more. Watch live on Thursdays at 9 p.m. and become a WIGS member to get access to a bonus post show. Watch WDW News Tonight episodes anytime and live on YouTube, or get the audio-only version on iTunes and other podcast services.
If you missed our first half of the show, we talked about Micheal Keaton possibly coming back to play Batman. Oh boy, for the Flash movie coming out in 2022 apparently. We also talked about Star Wars, the last Star Wars trilogy, just being totally erased. Crossing my fingers for that. Margot Robbie in Pirates, and the Muppets Now trailer that dropped for Disney Plus. I'm your host, Eric Wolf, and yeah, we got some cool people in the house today. We got our co-host, Jilly.
Hey yo, it's Jilly. I don't know.
And our favorite Canadian, Tyler.
Hey yo.
So guys, Disney Plus came out with this trailer montage thing.
Yeah.
Of things that are coming out for the summer movie nights, they're calling it. I gotta say, pretty cool. I'm excited for some of these movies that are in this list. I was kind of waiting for some of these. Mighty Ducks.
I was just about to say that.
Mighty Ducks for. I'm not even lying. When Disney Plus.
All it says is Disney Plus Mighty Ducks. That's all this says.
When Disney Plus launched, it was one of the first things that I honestly wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on Disney Plus, and I was just like,
I was shocked it
wasn't.
wasn't.
What in the world? I was like, where is this? If it's because it wasn't on Netflix, it wasn't on Hulu, it wasn't on anything for them not to have Mighty Ducks on here. But yeah, no, it was such a weird thing.
Honestly, out of the list I was reading, I was like, nothing too exciting for my taste.
Yeah.
But Mighty Ducks did excite me. I watched both Sister Act movies the other day, though. Yeah.
Very nice. Tyler, did you have you seen the list?
Have I seen Mighty Ducks? I was just like, when I saw the list, I'm like, aren't half of these already on the Disney Plus? When Beauty and the Beast and Incredibles and Alice, and I'm like, have I just seen these on Netflix previous? I feel like those were some of the holdouts that were stuck on Netflix because of licensing agreements or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. The X-Men one surprised me. I'm pretty glad that all those are up there because I actually really like Days of Future Past and I wanted to watch that again.
Days of Future Past is great.
I was like, some of these are already, I guess they aren't.
Right? Well, let's see a video. We're gonna see that video and we can talk about this. Beauty and the Beast, Greatest Showman, Hamilton.
Well, that came out yesterday.
Yeah. Impressive. That movie then, Mighty
Why
Ducks.
Why was Artemis Fowl on there?
Because they need to promote it more.
Was that even Artemis Fowl, or was that just some other young kid actor?
No, that was Artemis Fowl. Yeah.
Now, Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, the Phineas and Ferb one, Solo. Then you have Ant-Man and the Wasp. We have Avengers Infinity War. And Incredibles 2.
never made a difference.
Again, this whole thing and just Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Oh, that was already
Ooh,
the show.
okay. We'll talk about that. Look at that. Oh, Percy Jackson.
Let's give him a great
The one and only Ivan.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
So
I don't think I've
Ivan-
ever heard anything.
Is that like
about
Mighty Joe Young?
That's what I was going to say.
I have no idea. It's based on a book.
Okay.
But it was supposed to be a theatrical release.
Oh.
It was supposed to be a theatrical release, and they're now going to be premiering it on
You know what that means?
Disney Plus.
That's probably
Sorry,
not
Jungle
good.
Cruise.
Well, so the funny thing is that all the material, not all the material, but all the articles and stuff like that, since it was like announced and even set photos and blah blah blah, like all this stuff had like an animated elephant and an animated gorilla. I was gonna say monkey. Let me say the right one. It was an animated gorilla, and I recently found out those images have been taken from the cover art of the book. I thought the one and only Ivan was going to be an animated movie.
Yeah.
And the whole time I've been like, wow, they haven't said anything about this movie.
Why do that when you could CG it?
It's like they've talked about like Raya and the Last Dragon. They've talked about Soul. They've talked about this and that. And I'm like, where the heck did the one and only Ivan go? And then this comes out, and I was like, oh, it's a CGI live action movie. Like what? I was like, oh, okay. But I have no idea what's it about.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't know.
Speaking of though,
yeah,
both George of the Jungles is on Disney Plus.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Not that we care about the second one, but first one's on there.
You know what's on here that came out for this whole summer movie thing? Oh, I have the list right here. Where is it? The 2005 Fantastic Four.
The one with like
so weird.
No, that's so they have those.
Okay.
They have that one. They have Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Then in 2005, they made wait.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because the other one was not 2000. That was only like 3
Fan
years ago.
Four Stick. I was like, that was in 2005.
Yeah, I was panicking.
Oh my gosh.
That's like eternity
yes.
ago.
So the 2000, so that Chris Evans one is on here. I read this and I thought it was the 2014 or the 2015 one.
Yeah.
Because I recently saw it. It is on Disney Plus, and that's the one that people were like really didn't like and this and that.
Yeah.
Not bad. Like whatever. But oh my gosh. Okay. That's news to me.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, Jessica Alba and Chris Evans are supposed to be brother and sister. Mm-hmm. How does that work out?
Hey, at the time I bought it. Whatever.
like in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, this white boy and this Spanish girl are biologically brother and sister.
Well, it's funny because like in the first one, I think they are biologically brother and sister.
Yeah.
In the second one, the Josh Trank one, Sue was adopted by the Storm family.
I mean, yeah, anyone can be adopted.
Because Johnny Storm and Johnny Storm's dad is played by black actors.
Oh, okay.
And then she's a white actress, so she was adopted into the family. But they explained that in the movie.
Yeah, and who played that one? Kate Mara, one of the Maras?
I think so.
Kate Mara.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, it's Kate because Rooney is
yes.
the other one. And then she had that horrible wig for half the movie.
Oh
my gosh, it was great.
It's not. Yeah.
And great in the sense that, like, you know me.
Yeah.
I like when things are bad.
No, I feel you.
But like funny bad, not like, oh, I'm mad bad. This is like,
oh gosh.
They thought we wouldn't know.
You know what's actually on here as well, and I saw it in theaters when it came out because I really liked the animation style that they did for this, the Peanuts movie.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I really enjoyed it. I was like, that's a perfect way of taking an old property.
Let me look this up.
Kind of making it slightly modern, because it's not like they did stuff very much just like.
Oh, this is coming back to me now.
I think they like showed it to Charles Schultz's family, and they were like, "Yeah, this is okay."
Right?
Like they're very protective of it.
Which makes
and
sense.
I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Sense,
That was it was perfectly
serviceable
serviceable kids.
When you go willy-nilly and just give your properties to anyone and let anyone do anything, you get the Cat in the Hat movie.
Hey, sir.
No.
What argument do you have for this?
As a kid, I thought that was so funny because
As a kid, you shouldn't have watched it.
Because I thought when I was
right.
That's why I liked it.
I've watched it.
I liked all those moments where like he was about to say something inappropriate or said something inappropriate because I got it because I was watching things I shouldn't have been watching as a kid.
I was like, if you're gonna do this, you don't do this with a Dr. Seuss like property. Like, what in the world? And then you're gonna do it with like the most well-known Dr. Seuss property. You're gonna do it with the Cat in the Hat. Like Mike Myers was definitely the wrong person for that.
When he's like, you're not just wrong, you're stupid.
Ooh. Like Jim Carrey after the Grinch, and this is Grinch came out 2000.
I love the Grinch. Do you like the Grinch?
I love the Grinch.
Good. Christine Baranski in the Grinch.
I love the Grinch.
Christine Baranski's great in almost anything.
Me in love
Jim
with the
Carrey
Grinch.
is
Do you not like the
perfect. Jim Carrey's perfect as the Grinch.
Yeah.
And there are some scenes some scenes in that are amazing. As a kid, I loved it, and then I grew up, and I have a stronger appreciation for the original work. I have Dr. Seuss books on my shelf. Nice. I have a stronger appreciation for the original work that when I watch this, it's just disgustingly appalling that this is a movie that was aimed at children. Like
Wait, are we talking about the Grinch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His face is like buried in her boobs at one point, and he makes a man kiss a dog's butt.
No, yeah. There was
Dr. Seuss.
There's a handful of things in that movie, but I feel like they weren't displayed on a silver platter like the Cat in the Hat.
Maybe I'm just like a dirty old man, and I like this.
Yeah.
The Cat in the Hat is Mike Myers isn't even doing a good job
I agree.
being the cat.
There's things in the Grinch, but I feel like it was more like hidden.
I like when they sing that song, Yahoo Dora. Yeah.
Well, that's from the original, so.
I know, but I like when he's doing it and he's like, Yahoo Dora.
Oh yeah.
But I think his depiction
Jim
of the Grinch
Carrey's
was
still
great.
really good on that.
And his depiction of Horton.
Perfect.
I like Horton Hears a Who as well.
Yeah.
And I think
surprisingly
Horton Hears a
like
Who
that movie.
and the Lorax are very well like made.
Yeah.
And it's very much like taking those characters. As much as I love, like live action stuff, because I do. I don't know. It's the type of person that I am. Like I like all those type of movies, like the Flintstones and all this stuff. Yes. They're not like great movies, but they're fun, kind of thing. Like I enjoy that. And I'll blatantly say that they're not good movies, kind of thing. Like I don't mind.
Do you know, I had to explain to someone who Elizabeth Taylor was the other day, and the only thing that they could relate it to was the Flintstones, and I was very upset. I was like, I'm like going through all this stuff, and I was like, did you see the Flintstones? And that was it. That's all.
Oh man. But the Peanuts movie, like I like the fact that they did that.
Yeah.
Just like they did with Horton Hears a Who and the Lorax. They took it, they made it a little modern, in the animation style, and like they, if I'm not mistaken, they did celebrity voices for that movie too. I'm not totally sure right now.
There were a few. I mean, like,
there were a few, right?
What's her name? Woodstock doesn't like talk. He just goes like or whatever. But then like Woodstock has like a female love interest or a girl version of Woodstock, and it's what's her name? Elphaba from Wicked.
Idina
Menzel.
Oh, sorry, not Elphaba. Glinda.
Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah.
Kristen Chenoweth. I forgot her last name. Yeah, it's her voice just going, and I'm like, that's cute.
Hilarious.
This is a good idea.
It's such a cool thing. Like, I don't know. I was very much, and I think this is you know, these are kind of, this whole list pretty much is more Fox properties than Disney properties. But I'm okay with this list being on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Like, there is some questionable Fox properties that I'm like, can't put that on Disney Plus kind of thing, you know? Like, if anything, you'd have to put that on Hulu or something like that. But all of these are pretty much good. And, you know, like the X-Men having all the Marvel movies, like MCU Marvel movies on Disney Plus, like, I feel like, yeah, like, that's fine, you know, kind of thing. Same thing with the 2005 Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Me thinking it was the other one. and the other one, like, oh, I'm okay with this. And it's cool, they're going to be coming out every so often. So as of right now, not all those movies are on Disney Plus as the time of this shooting. But let's say like July 3rd, yesterday they did Hamilton. Did you guys see Hamilton?
I did not.
You did not?
No.
Tyler, have you seen Hamilton? Are you planning on seeing
I have
Hamilton?
not had time. I don't think well, I mean, I haven't cared about Hamilton up until this point.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like since it's so easily accessible now for me, that I might just be like, okay, I'll watch 20 minutes. I usually watch 20 minutes of anything just to give anything a chance.
Gotcha, yeah.
So I'm like, I may as well watch 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Somebody was like, I also didn't like the music, and then I watched it and I was like, okay, no, I actually like this. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I'll try it.
I feel
Well,
you.
I'll give it a peer pressure, sure.
A lot of people are telling me the same thing, that it's like they weren't able to see it on Broadway or when it was touring or anything like that. But now that it's accessible and people, you know, can see it, you know, like the people
Hasn't
that
even
are
come to Toronto yet.
that are really like interested.
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know,
I'll
it's
give
right
it a
there
try.
for
Like,
you.
I come from a musical theater background, so like like it was so inaccessible that I'm like, I'm not gonna go out of my way, because to be honest, I like my musical theater to be like very traditional musical theater.
Okay.
I don't like anything too modern, and that's just me. That's just my like what I enjoy. Like honestly, my favorite musical is Annie, and I know that's stupid, but like it's just something that always had a very big part of my heart.
Yeah.
So like I like that kind of stuff. But no, definitely, like I'll give that a try. I'll try it out. You know.
I know my roommates watched it yesterday, and they politely asked me, and I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I it's not that I don't like it. I've heard the soundtrack. I've had friends that were like, you know, let's put it in the car, and I heard the soundtrack. I get it. It's okay. It's not my type of music.
Yeah.
That's one.
Exactly.
And then you guys can roast me in the comments. I don't mind, or in the live chats right now. I'm not a huge Lin-Manuel Miranda fan when he's singing.
Oh, thank you. Me too. I thought I was the only person who didn't really care for Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
I enjoyed what he did in Moana. Like, the songs are great.
Yeah.
You know, like all that. The things that I didn't like necessarily was
breaking out into a rap song in the middle of Mary Poppins Returns.
No, I don't mind that either.
Oh, I minded.
I don't mind it.
I don't like that.
Listening to Moana, you hear Lin very blatantly singing, and I was like, did you have to sing?
Yeah.
Like, could you have not put yourself in this?
They apparently he just recorded a demo, but they liked him so much they put it in the movie. And I'm like, no, you know it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's gonna get people to download your soundtrack.
Yeah.
Don't lie, Disney.
It's one of those that I'm like, meh. I'm excited to see to hear the new songs that he's working on with Alan Menken for Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Interested to see that.
And you know, I loved In the Heights. Just say something. I really loved In the Heights.
I'm dying to see the movie. They pushed that to next year as well.
Yeah.
But that was one of those summer movies that I was like, I love movie musicals.
Yeah.
So that was one of those like movies that were coming out, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I love the soundtrack already. I'm excited to see what they do. And he placed himself in the movie as like a minor role as well. And I was like, good. You see, you knew that you didn't have to be in this.
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I'm all about that. But yeah, no, like I'm I'm excited. You know, there's things on this list that I will definitely be watching when they come out, kind of thing.
Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that they are able to continue making it.
Right?
Because I've been a huge fan of that show, and when I started watching Milo Murphy's Law, because same creators, I'm like, this show's amazing. And then, I mean, I think it's not really a spoiler at this point. There's like a 12-part crossover with Phineas and Ferb, and Doof is now like a main character in Milo Murphy's Law as well. and the fact that they keep making more Phineas and Ferb, like that gets me so excited because everyone who works on it loves doing it. Yeah. Except Ferb is always a different voice actor. He always only ever has like one line, but it's always a different person. I think it was Thomas Brody Sangster for like the first season.
My boyfriend.
And then that was Thomas. And then it's always been somebody else differently every other season. And this movie that the new one is Ferb is a different voice again. By the way, I just want to confirm I am not in that. Tyler Mann is a different voice actor.
Oh man.
The guy who voices Carl the intern is named Tyler Mann, and that is not me. One time, the creators of Phineas and Ferb were in Toronto for a cartoon or an animation festival, and I had a table there. My table has my name, Tyler Mann, behind it. So Dan Povenmire walks by, and then he's like, Tyler Mann, I'm like, yep, like the voice actor from Phineas and Ferb, and that's not me. And he's like, well, I know it's not you. I know him. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, can I get a picture with you so I can send it to him? I'm like, sure. So and then I was like, okay, nice. And then he picked up my comic and he's like, I'll check this out. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And then he left and I went, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Anyways.
Oh man. But yeah, if you
They're
guys
super
didn't
nice,
know,
by the way.
Phineas and Ferb, the movie, Candace Against the World is coming out. And that's coming out on August 28th. So
I know nothing about this. And I'm happy not knowing.
Months? July, August, yeah. We got 2 months to go.
I don't know. Time means nothing now.
But like Tyler was
What day of the week is it?
Sorry, Tyler. Did I talk over you?
No, I was just saying I agreed that I have no idea what day of the week it is even at this point.
I read this thing online. It was like, physically my body is in July, but mentally I'm still in March.
Yeah, it's like, who knows where I am. But yeah, the creators of Phineas and Ferb are coming back to do this movie. And just a brief thing about the movie is Candace feels unappreciated by like her family, and she gets abducted by aliens that worship her. Which is such a good thing. I honestly like Candace as like a character.
Yeah.
I think she's well written. Just this whole series is well written. Like I really do enjoy Phineas and Ferb, like Tyler was saying as well. I can't wait to see what songs are in this movie, because Phineas and Ferb and songs are just hand in hand.
It's gonna be like 20 songs probably.
Right? I'm so excited just to hear what they come up with. See what Dr. Doofenshmirtz is doing. It'll be so interesting. And you said Dr. Doofenshmirtz is like a main character in Milo?
They tease him for like the first bit of the season is like this big character, and then it's revealed to be Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and he's just like some guy, and they're like, what? I thought you were like this legendary person. He's like, no, but I guess time travel, like in the future I am. And then just like for a few episodes, he's just like in it. It's bizarre. He's just somebody that shows up every once in a while.
That's so
cool.
cool.
And even like Phineas and Ferb, like Phineas is just like, yeah, I'm sure we'll see each other again. So now I'm wondering if this is like, even if they're gonna be in like this movie,
right?
maybe
That's what I was just
like
about
even
to say.
just as like a cameo.
I was like,
they're like this.
Now it's gonna be one of those like hidden Easter eggs. Like probably Milo Murphy like characters are gonna be in this movie. I'm like, that'll be cool.
Sure.
Right?
I hope so.
Jilly, have you seen Phineas and Ferb?
No.
You haven't seen like anything? Okay.
Have you done Perry the Platypus's World Showcase Adventure?
That's what I was going to bring up too.
Oh no, I have not, but I am aware what that is.
Yeah.
My one comment is the artwork for the movie looks very Futurama-esque.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's all. That was my addition to this.
That's true. Yeah. I'm excited. I like talking about the animation. I like the animation style of this. It's so like unique, and you can definitely tell when, like Milo Murphy, like when the trailer came out for Milo Murphy, it was one of those like, wait, this looks just like Phineas and Ferb, like it has to be connected.
Yeah.
Like it's such a unique animation style that if anyone else takes like kind of works this into their show and it's not connected in any way to these like creators, it's such a weird thing because it's like a stamp on their work that it's like this is ours. Such a cool thing. I really enjoy it. Tyler, do you want to let everyone know about the next episode of WDWNT RPG?
Yes, of course. For those who don't know, it's a role-playing game set in Walt Disney World. It's all been custom written. There's an original storyline. If you like D&D, I mean, it's not D&D, but it's pretty much a long-form improv role-playing game. And occasionally we use dice to find out if stuff is working or not working. We've been doing it for like 2 years now. Episodes come out every like 4 months, though, because I need to write everything from scratch. But the next episode is called Jungle Cruise Catastrophe. If you haven't seen the past stuff, you don't need to, but it is sort of part of an ongoing, continuing story. So this is just the next bit of it. But you can also just watch it on its own. There's a lot of fun characters. Wolf, you're in it. And there's a lot of people are like, when's the next one? There it is, 2 weeks from now, July 18th. So the next Geekly Kingdom that night, at 9 p.m. And I have no idea how long it'll be. The first episode is like an hour and a half, and then the last one was 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Oh,
so
goodness.
Depends how long the players take to like open up a door or talk to another character, pretty much.
It's so funny.
And people always ask about Tully. Tully is going to be in this one, I promise.
Oh, nice. It's so funny because before I even worked here, I saw a couple episodes. I've never played D&D. I've been wanting to get into it, but I just never played any. I used to play Star Wars role-playing with a group of friends.
Yeah.
And that's actually where my like love for the universe of Star Wars started. Because I didn't grow up with watching the movies or anything like that. But just like the world building that Star Wars role-playing game like brought was the reason why like I really enjoy just like the atmosphere and just everything about the Star Wars universe. But I remember watching Finding the show.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, this is so cool because this like brings like two things that I really enjoy. Like I love playing board games and stuff like that. And at the time when I found the videos, like I was looking into playing D&D, and I was like, but this is set in like Disney. Like this is so cool. So I started watching like the videos, and then I got hired here, and I remember Tyler was working on one of the things, and I was just like, wait, oh man, this is the same videos. And I remember just like mentioning it to Tyler. I was like, yeah, if you need anyone, I'm here. Oh my gosh, I want to play. Oh my god, this and that.
Yeah.
And it was such a fun thing last episode. And I can't
You
wait
had some
personally.
great moments last episode that
man.
were just like absolutely amazing. Like there's stuff that people do during the game that I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe we did that. Like Pete
mayonnaise?
will regularly or the mayonnaise. Pete will regularly just like, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's just something. He's like, cool, let's go over there. I'm like, like I didn't write that.
It's nothing.
I didn't know. Okay. Or like I wrote in that just a jar of mayonnaise is on a table, and they spend like 6 minutes negotiating trying to get the bottle of mayonnaise. And I'm like, why do you even care so much? But well, Eric had like They had to do something, like they specifically had to like summon a character, like a WDWNT character, and I'm like, okay, you have a deck of random sorcerer cards, and he just happens to draw the one that grants him a wish. Like it was randomly shuffled before the show started, and he just pulled the perfect card that was needed, and it was the funniest thing in the world. And I had to like stop the game of like, okay, hang on.
Like I was like, oh man, this can go well, this can go or this can go just like really bad. Like who knows what card.
It could have been Mowgli's Vine Whip. Like it could have been completely random.
It was so good. Oh man.
It's so much fun though.
It
and
is.
like the game is me setting up moments for you guys as the players to just like be the character and like what would you do in this situation? Like Pete as Baby Powder Pete just like blows baby powder in people's faces. Like sometimes there's a mission where they're like sneaking around or they just have to convince somebody of something and he's like, no, forget it. And I'm like, what? Why would you even do that?
It's just too good.
Or like Tully, who's just like a character that just people were like, oh my god, I love him. I'm like, it's just a random like animated cat that we invented, and like people love, like it's bizarre. Yeah. Anyways, this one's gonna be really, really great.
No, I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited for this next episode.
Also Jungle Cruise. Any adventure.
Yeah, no,
like jungle adventure stuff, like that's my bag so much. Like I'm not really a huge sci-fi person, but if it's like jungle adventure temples and stuff, like I love that so much.
And I think that's honestly why I'm really excited for this one. Knowing that you're really into it, I'm like, oh, you know this one's gonna be really good. But yeah, you know, talking about things that are really good.
Yeah.
Things that are really good that for some reason Hollywood thinks is gonna be better if we do it another time or we make it live action or anything like that. Again, like I said, I'm a fan of all these like take animated properties and make them into live action. I just think they're fun.
Yeah.
You know, I will. Talking about this, I saw Dora the Explorer movie.
Oh yeah, yes, yes.
I saw the Dora the Explorer movie. Honestly speaking, not
bad.
Like obviously it's for kids.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. But it was funny. There was like funny bits in the movie. The actors that they had in the movie were really
Eva Longoria was in it, right?
Yeah.
I'm always here for some Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria was in it. It was really good. I was like, oh, okay. We walked out of there and we were like, that was actually pretty funny. That was a good night. Whatever. Yeah. But reports are saying that there's 3 specific ones we're going to talk about. There's going to be a live action The Magic School Bus.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Live action The Magic School Bus.
Sorry, Arnold's face in this drawing is hilarious.
I'm slightly excited for this. Look at his face. Look at him. Hey guys. I don't know about this, Miss Frizzle.
Oh, I am. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm unsure of the casting of Miss Frizzle.
So, Miss Frizzle.
What?
Wait, what?
I was just gonna say, like, just put Lily Tomlin in a wig. Like, why do anything else?
They could do that.
Well, but they
do I have to
went
explain that Lily Tomlin is the voice of Miss Frizzle and has been even in like the new one as well? I don't think people know that.
Is she in
the new one?
Miss Frizzle.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, but she's not in it all the time.
Yeah. Somebody. What's her name?
Netflix is her sister.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's SNL. I forget her name.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
She's in Kate McKinnon. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's her sister. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not the same. But yeah, Elizabeth Banks is apparently going to be playing Miss Frizzle. We were talking a little bit about it earlier,
Okay.
and I was like, I can kind of see it. Elizabeth Banks has been doing some questionable roles, I would say, for her career.
Well, Elizabeth Banks, I feel like lately is more into directing.
Producing.
A lot of female-driven films.
Yes. Charlie's Angels.
Pitch Perfect.
3.
Other things that I can't think of.
Yeah, I forgot what else she did. She's done something else recently. But she was in the reboot of the Power Rangers as Rita.
Yes.
How did that go?
Honestly, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. I still read the comics. Is a little weird for me to say. The comics are new. I don't read like old comics. But the new run of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is really good. Go-Go Power Rangers is really good. But they did something with Rita that was very much different than if you watch the TV show and if you read the comics. So Elizabeth Banks' Rita was honestly pretty good for what they were trying to do. It was very much a darker toned Power Rangers reboot. Of course, everything that gets rebooted needs to be darker. But I think she did well in that role.
Yeah.
Charlie's Angels. She was in Charlie's Angels besides I think producing it. I don't know if she directed it as well. I think her role in that one was okay. But this is what I mean about like questionable things. Because it's just very like random things that she's just like, I'll do it.
And I love Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
Like, I love her. What was she? She was in a movie that I used to watch all the time, and now I can't.
You can't think of it?
No. It'll come to me later.
Yeah.
But I just think, I was saying to Wolf before the show that I feel like Miss Frizzle needs to be a little older than Elizabeth Banks, and a little bit less, like, movie star looking.
Yeah.
Like a little bit more, I don't know.
Who did you say?
I said Alex Kingston.
And she's from?
She's from
oh my gosh.
Doctor
That's a perfect
Who.
choice.
Just visually,
I agree.
that's what Miss Frizzle looks like.
Yes.
Yes, like they're twins.
I went with I said earlier Emma Thompson. Only because of the role in Harry Potter.
Ooh.
As Trelawney. I'm like, she can kind of do it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very much, in her line.
You know who I can also kind of see doing it? Helena Bonham Carter.
Sure.
Yeah.
These people are all so talented and they have such great comedic timing and background. Like, I don't even know Emma Thompson was like part of like the whole Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie kind of like group of like comedy actors, and she's like so funny in like these old Footlights sketches, and then I'm like, wow, she's like even Robbie Coltrane I had from Harry Potter, Hagrid, he was also like in the sketch show with Emma Thompson and Fry and Laurie and everything, and I'm like, wow, he's like really funny. He's on Blackadder, and I'm like, all these people are so talented, and I like barely know them from anything. Like Helena Bonham Carter is also like a really funny, talented person.
Yeah.
And then,
very,
you watch like Sweeney
dry.
Todd and you're like,
It's interesting.
I totally agree with all those castings though.
Yeah,
those are all great
interesting
choices.
I don't think this needs to be made.
No, but if they're gonna do it.
But if they're gonna do it, I would like to see. I wouldn't mind the Magic School Bus, kind of thing. It's such a funny thing that my roommates and I were joking about this, and we were talking about the whole like COVID, and all this, and I was like, man, right now what we need is the Magic School Bus. Like the Magic School Bus needs to figure out what the heck is this COVID thing is. But yeah, like I think it's fine.
That one, what I'm concerned about is was it Frosty the Snowman?
Yeah. So,
what?
So they're doing Warner Brothers is apparently doing a CG hybrid Frosty the Snowman.
Why?
Who
cares?
Yeah.
What was that movie in the 90s? Was it Micheal Keaton?
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost?
Yeah.
That's what I
Where
think.
he's a snowman.
Because he died,
Horrifying.
right? That's a sad movie.
That's a really sad movie.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I don't mind.
I mind this one.
I don't. I don't mind. Do a CGI hybrid of, Frosty the Snowman, whatever. If it's original, if it's going to be playing homage to the animated movie that came out in 1969. If they do something like that, I'm okay. Bring that live action, cool. My thing is, the person who is attached to be playing Frosty, or at least doing his voice, is Jason Momoa.
What?
I don't need this.
I don't think they could have picked a more random and wrong person if they tried.
Like, I think, because it's Warner Brothers, I feel like it's one of these, hey, Jason, we signed you up for, what was it, 4, 5 movies in our studio? You're going to play Aquaman in your own movie. You're going to play Aquaman in Justice League.
Yeah.
You're going to play Aquaman in Aquaman 2, where you're going to come out and be Aquaman in The Flash.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we're not doing Justice League 2 because that bombed. Do you mind doing something else?
Will you be Frosty?
We're working on this
Frosty the Snowman? It's like we spun the wheel of IP, we spin the wheel of IPs, and we land on a random attraction, like Living with the Land, and then it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, what?
Well, it's so funny, because...
What is this movie gonna be?
I don't know.
It's like a 10, 11-minute thing. Or was it longer? How long is the original cartoon? I have no idea.
I want to say like 30.
Yeah.
I want to say like a 30-minute movie.
They should do? They should
Remember
do
that
a
SNL
live-
sketch
I'm so
where
sorry.
it's sorry.
No,
you know that
sorry.
SNL sketch where The Rock is Bambi? That's what I picture. That's what I picture Jason Momoa being like this ripped snowman or something, and just like attack.
No, I hope he just does the voice. Just do the voice. I don't want him to do the voice, but just do the voice.
I don't even this is one of those things I can't translate well.
I don't know. It's so funny because I'm over here have you guys watched the Christmas stop motion animation movies?
Well, that's what I was about to say. I wouldn't mind a live action if it's it takes a very serious, almost slightly dark tone of Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yes, show us this.
You know what?
Santa Claus is coming to town?
Yeah.
So I watched Netflix. Oh man, there was this animated movie. Klaus, was it?
Was it Klaus?
Yes. And it's very stylized animation.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a darker version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Okay.
And I was very much like, oh, this is interesting. They've done a live action A Year Without a Santa Claus. No. I love Snow Miser and Heat Miser. It's like, no.
I'm Mr. Snow Miser.
It was such a weird thing.
Snow.
So who mentioned Buff Snowman?
Me.
Was it you? Something like this? Ben found something.
I'm so scared.
Maybe.
I don't think I want to see it.
Maybe it can work. It can work. You just think of that.
No, it can't.
And Jason Momoa's.
This is like something you see on DeviantArt.
Hey kids, follow me.
But he's
There's
only
like
speaking Dothraki.
There's like a fairy tale, the anime fairy tale. There's like this buff owl man. He's just like this super buff Bara man, and he's just got this tiny owl head, and that's what that looks like. Like it doesn't.
So weird. So weird.
What is this movie? There's so many talented writers and comic art. I can look at my shelf right here and pick out like 15 comics that should be made into movies that have better story and unique ideas and you know, queer themes and everything. And someone's like, hey, what if we made Frosty the Snowman?
Okay, let's forget Frosty. Let's forget Frosty. Let's do a new property. Let's do a new property that hasn't been done. That hasn't been done 3 times already. Let's do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because apparently Nickelodeon and Seth Rogen's studio production company, Point Grey, will be doing a CGI reboot of.
I just can't.
Teenage Mutant
We
Ninja Turtles.
just did this.
What are you talking about?
We
It's
just
been
did
4
two.
years. It's been 4 years. We need another one.
I'm just angry at this point.
Like
you know how you were angry before this all started? I guess I hadn't like delved into it enough.
Into what we're talking
and now I am, and I'm just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like.
There's like a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated show like every 2 years. Just when I thought I found the one I liked, it just ended and they started making another one. And I'm like, I guess this is the thing you do. It's oh god, I cannot even remember.
It's not the new one with the real stylized animation, right?
It was the one with not Jason Lee, Jason Biggs, and it was like not the most recent one, but the one right before that.
Yeah, no, that one.
It might have been 3D animated. I don't recall.
At
this point.
The newer one
Isn't
has
there like a Ninja
the
Turtles
all being different
versus Batman?
sizes and stuff, and I'm like, no, stop.
For Affinity stuff.
I'm like, I'm good.
You know?
Yeah, no, this one. You know what?
Snowman.
I'm just gonna keep Magic School Bus for this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep Magic School Bus. I'm doing that to the other ones.
Wait, are you telling me though? Our next segment? Are we almost there?
Oh yeah.
Are
we're
we
there.
almost there?
We are. So we're going to be live fan casting a live-action Princess and the Frog.
Or a pre-recorded live fan casting of a live-action.
Yeah. So with everything that's been going on, with Splash Mountain being, changed to a Princess and the Frog, I was about to say show, changed it into a Princess and the Frog attraction, and everything that Disney's trying to do, and like pretty much be like, we've always enjoyed Princess and the Frog. You never know. Tomorrow, right after this show, they can be like, hey, we've been working on a live-action Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
And this time around, we're going to correct what we did. And she won't be a frog for most of the movie. Cough, cough. I'm sorry we did that again with Soul.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Let's do fan cast a live action Princess and the Frog. Yeah. I think this would be interesting.
Did you ever watch The Frog Prince when you were a child?
You have to elaborate.
It was called The Frog Prince. It was a live action Princess and the Frog story. It was nightmare fuel. Helen Hunt was in it, but like not the main character.
What?
And like the girl, Eileen Quinn, the girl who played Annie in the movie, played the princess. But the frog is like a man dressed as a frog, so he's life size.
Oh.
And he is so creepy looking. And like, I remember a few years ago, I was like, was this like something I imagined in my head? And then I looked it up and I'm like, it's a creepy movie. But there's a great song from it. You looked it up?
No.
This looks like Phantom of the Opera.
It's bad. It's so creepy.
No.
Man, you need to show this.
There he is!
I don't like that.
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Oh, it's a canon film. Oh, well, that makes sense then.
It was creepy.
I'm good.
Sorry, I just needed to put that out there.
Nope.
I'm here, the frog of the opera.
I'm so glad Disney did not go that route.
No, yeah, that was bad.
What the hell?
And no, that's not what we're going to be doing in live action.
No.
Princess of the Frog.
This is the one moment where I'm like, a tiny CGI frog is what I want.
Just not throughout the whole movie.
Yes.
But yeah, no, let's get to it. Let's cast our.
I've been waiting like 2 hours for this.
2 hours? Yeah, don't tell me about it. So, how do you want to do this, Jilly? Do you want to say who you have and then I have, or do you want to go through your whole list?
Let's do like character by character.
Character by character?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be doing character by character, and our first one is Lottie.
Lottie.
I love Lottie.
Yeah.
Who did you cast as your Lottie?
I picked Anna Sophia Robb.
Anna Sophia Robb.
Yes. For a few reasons. One, I really like her.
Okay.
And I've also been watching, I want to say a lot of things with her lately, but I really just watched Willy Wonka and then Soul Surfer. And she just happened to be in both of them.
Yeah.
And then I followed her on Instagram and I'm like, I miss her being in things. And I think she's good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't want to go like I think everyone immediately thinks of like Dove Cameron and stuff. I don't know if that's who you chose.
I was about to say Dove Cameron. That would have been my choice.
And I was like, I don't want to do that. And so I went with Anna Sophia Robb.
You see, I don't. Dove Cameron.
Descendants.
Yeah, Descendants, Liv and Maddie. I don't think she can play it well.
That's what I mean. But I think visually people are like, oh, Dove Cameron could do it. And I was like,
Definitely.
but let's think acting-wise.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because my character, I thought visually, but then I loved, and I caught it at the end, honestly. I think I caught it right before the last season. I love Young and Hungry.
Oh, I know where you're going with
Freeform.
this.
So I picked Emily Osment.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, yes.
Known as Lily from Hannah Montana.
Yup. But like, I don't know, like Lily. Well, I think Lily pretty much was very much Lottie, but her character in Young and Hungry, especially when she's just with like her best friend or something like that, very much like gives me that like Tiana Lottie kind of vibes. So I was like, ooh, Emily, easy.
Oh, well, we also just want to preempt that we are not changing Big Daddy at all. He will be played by John Goodman.
He will just be played by John Goodman.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah.
We picked 10 characters, and Big Daddy just wasn't in there for the 10. But yeah, it's just John Goodman.
I can't even think of anyone else that would be able to, like
they did such a good job with taking John Goodman and just animating him.
Yeah.
That you just see him in that role.
He just has that like teddy bear quality. I just covered my mic. I apologize.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sully. You know. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just like.
He definitely just has it.
I want to hug him.
It's so good.
So yeah, that's our Lottie.
Yeah. Tyler, what you think of that?
I agree with both of those. That was going to be my choice, was Dove Cameron, because I just watched Hairspray live, and I'm like, oh, Dove Cameron's like a pretty good Amber in this. Like because I've seen like Descendants, and I'm like, well, sorry, I haven't seen it. I've seen clips of it, and I'm like, But then she was also in what was it, Dumplin' on Netflix, and she wasn't like a funny character. She was kind of like just there. Like she didn't really have a lot to her, but but then yeah, I saw like Hairspray Live, and I was like, okay, she could be pretty good, and yeah, I immediately went for Dove Cameron. But then what you said, like acting wise, like Lottie's just such like an expressive, vibrant character that like I honestly think those two choices would be perfect. Yeah. And my other one that I was just thinking was like Ashley Tisdale, because she's been a very eccentric character before. Yep. And also I was just thinking about Phineas and Ferb. So
no,
yeah.
I thought of her also, and then I was very much like, I want to find someone else. There has to be someone else.
I also think there's a fine line with Lottie of not making her too annoying, and also not too like
too ditzy.
Too ditzy, and also not to come off almost like mean.
Yeah, yeah.
She's not malicious.
No, not
like
at all.
she's not a bad person. Like she ends up being a really good character.
Yeah.
And she's not like she's not even mean, or like she's not stupid either. She's not like an idiotic like walk into a wall clumsy sort of character. She's just very excitable.
Heart.
Correct.
And she just looks out into the world with almost rose-colored glasses, so she doesn't really realize a lot of stuff. But it's not that she's dumb; it's that she's just very open.
You know who she reminds me of? And Citizens of Hollywood.
Evie?
She reminds me of Evie.
Evie's a little dumb.
A little bit, but like how Evie acts.
Yes.
Very much Lottie.
Oh my God.
Very much Lottie.
And also, I love Evie.
She's so like just energetic.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
and
my
also
gosh, I love everything.
Obnoxious
like, kind of
voices.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because like if you look at Lottie like in the animated movie, you would think right off the bat like Tiana's there because Tiana's mom is like a seamstress and she's making all these dresses for Lottie and this and that. So technically speaking, it's one of those like and you have to also think about like the time period and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think what they did with the movie of like aging them up and then them being best friends.
Yeah.
And the whole time her like cheering her on. And oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you got the guy and this and that and blah, blah. Like she's just so supportive of her friend.
Yeah.
That like there's key things to Lottie that some actresses can very much take the wrong way and just up it just a little too much. But yeah, no, everyone, and even the two picks that you had, like I feel like couldn't fit very much into the role.
Yeah.
Talking about fitting into the role, Mama Odie.
Mama Odie.
Mama Odie was a difficult one for me.
Oh, I thought of this immediately.
It was so difficult. The funny thing is that I went to an actress. I went to an actress that I've seen in a few shows.
Yeah.
Not knowing that she is the voice of Mama Odie.
Oh, really? Did you pick her? No.
I did it because then I thought about someone else. But then, like, it was so funny because, like, I'm thinking about it and I was like, she'd be great.
Who is the voice of Mama Odie?
She'd be, right off the bat.
Jennifer Lewis.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And, like, right off the bat, I was just like, oh, she'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And then I looked her up and I was, like, looking up photos.
Yeah.
And there was a photo of her, like, on the premiere or something like that. And I was like, I feel stupid.
Weirdly enough, I did the same thing with Lewis. And so then I had to change.
That's hilarious.
But I stayed in the same realm, as you'll see later. But my Mama Odie, I went with Cecily Tyson.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. Just something. Okay, so I mean, I haven't seen Cecily Tyson in many things, especially older.
Mm-hmm.
But she was in How to Get Away with Murder. She played Viola Davis's mother. And just like something about that, like she just like, she's always like, you know, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't find the word, but that like she's sassy and like coming in and just like stealing a scene and like chewing the scenery.
Yeah.
And like taking every scene. And I really think that, and she's just lovable. Like she could say something so rude and you just be like, I love her, you know? And I think that's important.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I went with. And I also think Mama Odie kind of has this look of how do I say this politely? Like, she's very old looking, but looks like she's always been old. You know what I mean? You know how some people look like they've always been old? Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, like to me, like for instance, like Cyndi Lauper to me, I feel like she's always been kind of looks like 40. And that's how I feel about Cicely Tyson. She's just kind of always been old to me.
Yeah, no.
And so yeah, Mama Odie, Cicely Tyson.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like her. I went, which is funny because, so I've seen this actress in, trying to find the TV show, The Carmichael Show. She plays the mom in The Carmichael Show. And then on Netflix, there's been a show called Family Reunion.
Okay.
And it actually has, I think, Tia Mari.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe the other one.
One of them.
But I picked Loretta Devine.
Oh, she was from Public. What was the something Public? Boston Public.
Yes. I picked Loretta
Something Public. I'm like, what?
Devine.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
I like her unique voice.
Yes.
And I think it lends itself well to Mama Odie. And then she has just that, like, sweet kind of, like, I don't know, she just has sweetness just, like, gushing out of her kind of thing. And I feel like Mama Odie kind of needs that just a little bit.
Yeah.
And she can sing.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things that I was just like, ooh, Loretta Devine. I was like, yeah.
I love Loretta Devine.
I was like, that would be fun.
And what a name.
She does the voice of the little hippo in Doc McStuffins.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's like a perfect one because it's just her voice kind of thing. That it's like, if you just hear that, it's like, ooh, this could be Mama Odie. Like, this is fun. It's not replicating the same kind of raspy, kind of high voice kind of thing that Mama Odie in the movie has, but very much fits the nuances of Mama Odie, which I think just like work. I love it. Lawrence, I like your pick.
I like my pick too.
And I thought of him. I honestly thought of him, and then I went a different direction. But I thought of him because recently I've just been like, he's just been everywhere for me.
He's the voice of this pandemic.
That's such a good way of putting it.
I'm trying to figure out who you're talking about because I'm like, if it's the first thing I thought of, but then I'm like, oh, well, that can't be the same pick then.
It is Mr. Leslie Jordan.
Oh!
Yes. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What y'all doing?
That is a great pick.
Thank you.
I was just watching Drag Race that he was on.
Oh, yes. I mean, I really have no other... It's the only thing that came to my mind. And I love him.
It's such a good one.
I mean, he would be playing a great character. He wouldn't be playing a lovable character.
Not a lovable character, but with Leslie playing him?
Yes. I think it's almost like his character on Will and Grace. Like, no one likes Beverly Leslie. Yes. Like, he's annoying and horrible. But you're like...
everyone loves him.
Yeah, everyone's like, Beverly Leslie's in this episode? So, yeah.
Oh, he's such a good one. I honestly, I really love him.
Yeah.
I was watching, and I think I remember telling you about this. I was watching The Cool Kids.
Yeah.
On Fox, and he's on it. Oh, I forget her name, but she's from, oh my gosh.
Did that help?
Man. I don't remember where she's from now.
Name the show or the movie?
Cool
I'm usually good at this.
It's an old show.
I'm old.
It's like a variety show. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking out.
Laughing?
No, like old.
Old.
Laughing?
Say it again.
Laughing?
Oh,
No.
Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence.
We were having this
Yes.
conversation
Oh, I was
the
going
other
to say
day.
Carol Burnett.
Oh, well, yeah, Carol Burnett show. Vicki Lawrence is in that as well. I actually picked someone from that
Oh, did you?
I picked someone from one of the 4 from there to be in the movie. But no, my Lawrence, I went with Wallace Shawn.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Wallace Shawn. Not because he has the hair like that already, but he would be so good.
I love Wallace Shawn.
He would be so good.
It's like, it's such a good, like...
That's a good choice.
Just a good, like, taking it, ripping it from the animation and just blunt live action. It's just him.
He's so good at, like, I'm just thinking, because Lawrence in the movie, he basically plays 2 characters, because he's also, like, the version of Naveen that's in his, or he's in Naveen's body. Oh, wait, no, it's the other way around. Never mind, ignore me.
No, but definitely, like, he does turn into Naveen.
Yeah, but no, Naveen doesn't go into his body.
So the actor of Naveen would have to
I like it's
play.
the same actor.
Would
But
have to-
I guess he would be
that's
the
true, that's true.
voice, or no?
It would have to be the voice.
I guess it would
when
be the
he's talking,
actor
like, by
doing the
himself,
voice.
it would have to be Wallace's voice.
Yeah.
And then when he's talking to, like, everyone else, you'll, like,
A
see
Bellatrix
it.
Hermione situation.
Correct.
If you like Wallace Shawn, I highly recommend Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He is in that, and every time he shows up, it's the funniest thing in the world, and that is a great choice.
Thanks, yeah.
That is good.
It was
I like
good.
that a
It
lot.
was- I love your pick, though.
Thank you.
Like, every single time,
I
since you casted him as Smee.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
Since
didn't.
then-
I had the thought, but then I went a different way.
That's right. You went a different way.
Yeah.
But since then, I've always been like, when we do one of these casting, man, I gotta find a role for him because he would nail something.
I forgot who I ended up picking for Smee now in hindsight. Anyway.
I can't think about. Who do you have? For...
I had a choice for Lawrence,
Ooh, who do you
and
have?
I assumed when I saw the movie that it was this person, and when I found out it wasn't, I'm like, why wasn't it? My choice is Timothy Spall.
Oh, yes.
Who was in Enchanted, and he was in Harry Potter, and I could have sworn that when I watched the movie that it was him doing that, because it was like the same character from Enchanted almost, and he played it, like, obviously Enchanted, it was the same voices were the live action counterparts as well, and I was like, if they ever do this live action, it needs to be Timothy Spall, because he
that your pick?
certainly
That was my
can sing and he's
same
great
pick.
actor. And he would be great as Smee as well.
That was my Smee. That's so funny. It's the same type of thing.
It is. It's just like all these actors like lend themselves very well.
Yeah.
To like the just the role.
Yeah.
And they nail it.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
That's so funny. Thank you, Tyler. Because it was
funny
gonna bother me.
You're welcome.
Like I didn't want to be that person to think of just like fat actors, kind of thing, like overweight actors for this, like role. But I was even thinking Josh Gad.
Yeah.
Since it's such like a kind of minor kind of role, I was like, Josh Gad could pretty much.
But let's not throw Josh Gad into yet another thing.
No. Which is why I didn't go for it.
Yeah.
But like just thinking about people, I was like, oh yeah, like maybe he can do it. I thought of someone else and I can't remember who the heck it was. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You said like not fat actors, and I wouldn't even think of like Wallace Shawn. Well, Timothy Spall's lost a lot of weight, but I wouldn't even think of Wallace Shawn.
Exactly.
Like just being like, okay, well, going for like a character actor, like who's a little bit older, or just short. I mean,
that's exactly the route that I went. I went character acting, and then I was like, oh my gosh, he's in Haunted Mansion. He's very good in Haunted Mansion. Like. Just his role in that movie.
100% Wallace Shawn in that movie.
It didn't take much to stand out as good in that movie.
As good in that movie, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Love it. Who'd you got for mom?
Oh, well,
for mama.
You know. I think I did this in Hercules too, because I just love her.
Yeah.
Audra McDonald. Just put her in everything, please. You know, speaking of, I was watching Annie the other day, the 1999 Disney version. And Audrey McDonald plays Grace Farrell in it. Yeah. And just, I love Audrey McDonald. Like, ever since I was a kid, she just made me feel very happy, and she's just so beautiful. She's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Even
the small role, because it wasn't a big one. Well, she plays the wardrobe. So I guess it's
Oh, she's great in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. It was like she was really good in that.
And like, when she's a human and she has all that like French, like the stuff and the gowns. Oh, she's just gorgeous. And her voice is literally, I think, one of the most beautiful voices in the world. The mom doesn't sing, so it doesn't matter. But give her a song. Like, it would be just rude not to.
Yeah, you can totally give it to her.
So yeah, mine is Audrey McDonald.
I like it.
Yeah.
I went.
Oh, there she is.
There we go.
Yeah, look at that. Look at her. I'm just perfection.
I honestly think she would be good.
Yeah.
I went. So it was one of those moments in this casting that I was just like, oh well, yeah. Like, who else would I pick?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I went just very mom.
Yeah.
I was like, who has been like the pinnacle, like, mom, if you think like black actresses? And it's kind of, it
once you say
at least like there's a generation that like grew up with the show that's just like, yes. So my pick is Phylicia Rashad.
Oh, okay. So this is the thing. I was thinking this, but then I was like, I think I'm going too far back.
Just Phylicia Rashad.
Yeah.
I was like, she is like pinnacle black actress mom.
Yeah.
And she just has that like loving, like everything that Tiana's mom, because she's not in the movie for a lot.
No.
But everything that Tiana's mom like just embodies, I was just like, oh yeah, like she can do great. She's recently been in This Is Us, which I love.
Yeah.
I'm loving This Is Us. And last season she plays one of the moms. She plays one of the moms in the show. And I was just like, this is so different than your Cosby Show mom.
Yeah.
But yet there's still that mom from that show like in you. Like, it's such a weird thing, because in This Is Us, she's very like, she's a very like stern mom, very like tough love kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is totally different from the character that she played on the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
But yet there's slight things in this character that she plays on This Is Us that's just like, you just have it. It's just you. I don't think you're playing a character. Like, it's such a weird thing to think about.
Yeah.
It's just you.
Doesn't she do the opening for Dinosaur?
Yeah, she's in. Yep, she's there as well.
Oh my God, is that her?
Yeah. Phylicia Rashad.
She takes us to the Cretaceous period.
Jeez.
Yep.
She's Dr. Marsh? I had no idea.
Yeah. Now,
God, they really get,
I don't think
like,
Jilly
good
saw,
actors.
but I saw that you have a pick for mom. Is it for mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, who's a warm, nurturing actress? And I went with Queen Latifah. Like, her in Hairspray is just like, she is just like so warm and kind in that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, compared to like Mama Morton in like Chicago, where she's like intimidating, but I mean, but also kind of motherly in that. She's just like also, I was again watching the Wiz live, and I didn't say that, sorry, in the first place. I was watching all of those like terrible NBC live shows.
Gotcha.
And the Wiz live, and Queen Latifah was in it, and I'm like, oh yeah, Hairspray. So I rewatched Hairspray, and I'm like, oh my God, she's so good in this movie.
She is.
Like, I can't even believe they did Hairspray live and didn't get her again.
Yeah.
Such a weird thing.
I think it was Jennifer Hudson, who would also be a good choice, but Queen Latifah just seems like more of like a compassionate mom type to me.
Yeah. It's so funny. Queen Latifah and Jennifer Hudson are two of the picks that I think I had, or did you have as well? For
I
the
did
muses,
not.
I had.
Yeah.
I had both of them for muses when we fancast Hercules.
And Queen Latifah was just in Hollywood on Netflix. She played Hattie McDaniel.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
And she did a really good job.
What good actors in that.
That's right. That's
right.
Now, Dad.
There was only one person that popped up into my mind.
For you? Okay.
Yeah. And it was Dennis Haysbert.
That's a great choice.
I feel like people now just are like the Allstate guy. But he was in this movie I loved that I used to watch all the time. I think we've all made it clear that I watch a lot of Michelle Pfeiffer movies. And there's this movie with him and Michelle Pfeiffer called Love Field. Took place in the 60s. It was surrounded around JFK's assassination. And they play lovers during this, obviously not a very accepting time.
Okay.
And it was one of my favorite, and I've always loved him since then. He was in 24. He played the president in 24.
Okay.
Anyway, I just love him. I think he's one of those very he has that quality that's very accepting and loving, and just kind of it's like a good dad.
Yeah.
Like not scary or anything. And just would love his daughter.
Yeah.
You know how some fathers and daughters have a very close bond relationship, and it comes off very well. Yeah, Dennis Haysbert. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I went totally different.
Okay.
I went if you look at the dad from Princess and the Frog, like the animated dad.
Yeah.
My actor doesn't look like him. My actor doesn't, he's not even kind of I guess built like him. Like your choice.
Yeah.
Spot on Dad from Princess and the Frog kind of thing, bringing him to live action, spot on. I went more for he's in this movie for such a short amount of time. Such a short amount of time. But the way that he interacts with young Tiana, I lean towards this because my pick is a comedian. He's just funny. But I think he can, and I've seen him play serious roles too, kind of thing. So I feel like there's this fine line that if they rewrite the role just a little bit, he can pretty much very well play. And this was my choice from the cool kids. So I picked David Alan Grier.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I can see that.
I think he can play a dad,
I can see that, yeah.
The dad.
I'm just looking at the animated dad. He's good looking. Well, look at him. His little suspenders.
Also in the Wiz Live, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He is. It's such I don't know.
I agree with you. I've seen him do some serious stuff and he's really good, but he's also been really garbage movies, Epic Movie or whatever the heck whatever one he was in of those terrible films.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a funny guy. I feel like
definitely.
Sometimes he could be really annoying in movies, but yeah, that's a good choice.
Do you by any chance have a choice for Dad?
I do. I was thinking, because you said Dennis Haysbert, and I remembered that he was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I was like, there's a good choice in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's Andre Bauer. Brower? Brower. Yeah, Brower. He is so sweet looking.
Yeah.
I feel like he gives off big dad energy. And I feel like for the short time he's in the movie, he could be really charming.
Yeah.
And he can when there's a serious episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he can be really serious, and those are the scenes with Tiana. He needs to be playful, but he also needs to be you need to really be able to see he's a hardworking dad and everything.
I love that. Yeah, I like all these choices. Definitely. For our next one, we have Dr. Facilier.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love Dr. Facilier.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Ben, can you put up that image I sent you? Idris Elba. This was the hardest one to think about because I'm like, because I was thinking like visually, like he has such a strong visual image. I'm like, who's like a really tall, thin, but yet, by the way, like weirdly chubby in the belly of Dr. Facilier. Such a weird character design there. I assume that's just a thing where it's like, that's the only outfit he has and he can't find like a nicer outfit. So it's like he's outgrown it because he's so tall. But yeah, I was like, who's someone who could sing and maybe is still very handsome and charming, but can be evil? Yeah. And honestly, I just instantly thought of Idris Elba because mostly cats, because he's supposed to also be like charming and deceptive in that as well. Okay. And can use magic. I don't know. Cats. But yeah, I think that like I would love to hear him do the Friends on the Other Side song. I think that'd be really creepy, but I think he can also just be like, I want to see him in that outfit. Yeah. Mostly. This one was really hard. I'm really curious to see what you guys said.
Yeah, no, this was difficult for me. Was it difficult for you as well?
Well, yeah, because I picked someone who's dead.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
I picked someone who can't do it, but had he like, it's perfect.
I think so, yeah. I think it's a really good one.
Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just want your extra time and your kiss.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't have anything else to say. Just look. It's perfect. I mean, I'd be shocked. I feel like they had to have that in mind when designing.
When designing him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
The mustache.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really have no other reason.
Yeah.
I was thinking of someone lanky.
Okay.
I just needed someone lanky.
Okay.
I didn't think of someone lanky. That was the thing.
That's because it's only Prince.
Only Prince.
I did think of some people, but I'm like, I mean, they were mixed, and so I couldn't like visually pick somebody who was black. That was the thing. Yeah. It was hard to think of somebody who was. That fits sort of like that body type, or just like visually for the character. Yeah. But yeah, I ended up going with Idris Elba.
Even like a thriller era Michael Jackson would have done well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, but can't.
Okay. You know, my choice, I went for, and I guess this was cosplay me coming out, thinking about how they would make his costume and how the costume would look live action. And it would just look amazing, I think, in a live action format.
Yeah.
And someone that can pull off just amazing spectacles of outfits.
Yes.
I thought of Billy Porter.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
I was like, that man can sing. That man would rock that suit and vest like no one can.
You are, that's it.
I was like, oh my gosh, Billy Porter.
And he can kind of like sway around the room very well.
Like he's, like you guys were saying, Dr. Facilier is very just like lanky.
Yeah.
And you see it in his like movements kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Billy would nail those movements in that song.
Yeah.
I think just, ooh.
Does he have a dancing background?
Billy?
Yeah.
He was in Kinky Boots.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I think I
think you need someone with like a dancing background. That's good. I like that one.
And I've seen very few episodes. What's that show? My best friend watches it. My best friend watches it.
Oh, well, now we know.
Say it again.
No, I was just like, oh, your best friend watches it. Well, now we know what you're talking about. Like,
and Billy
sorry, I was
Porter's
just joking.
but he plays like a charming, character.
Yeah.
But he's also very stern at times. And like the 2 or 3 episodes that I saw, oh my gosh, Pose.
Pose. I was gonna say Pose, but then I thought that was wrong.
I think it's
so
Pose.
I didn't.
Yeah. The 2 or 3 episodes that I saw, I was like, oh man, like that's what like brought me back to those couple episodes, and I was like, man, he would rock this role very well.
Yeah.
Very, very well. Our next character, I'm just gonna flat out say, both me and Jilly picked the same person.
Because we know what we're about here.
Here on Geekly Kingdom.
We stand one person and one person only, and that is our King, Lord, and Savior, Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings is gonna stay as Ray.
Yeah, I agree.
I was like, I tried my best to cast this movie with black actors and actresses in mind. I just at the same time feel like Ray necessarily doesn't need to be a black actor.
Jim Cummings it has no race. He'd tell you probably himself.
Like it was one of those things that I was like, I'm okay with Ray being, like Louisiana, like white Louisiana.
Yeah.
I guess it's like, I don't know.
Trash.
I don't know how to say it, but like, I was like,
there are white
fine.
people in the movie and they have an accent.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it was one of those things that like, yes, this is Princess and the Frog. Yes, I want to cast as many black actors and actresses in this movie, because if Disney is only going to give us one movie, then let's do it kind of thing. But, like, Ray doesn't need to be played by a black actor, kind of thing. I was like, Jim Cummings all the way.
Cool beans.
Would it be offensive to cast a black actor and have them do that voice?
So there's my thing, that if it is Jim doing the voice, I would like that Ray. I would like that Ray. If it was another actor, I wouldn't want to see, and this is casting like a black actor or a white actor, like another white actor. I necessarily wouldn't want to see them try to replicate that necessarily.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like if it would be like a black actor, I'd want them to do something with the voice, but not that. Like it's, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Do you have anyone else for Ray?
No.
Let's move on.
Rob Paulson?
So we have our friend Lewis the alligator. I thought long and hard for Lewis.
Yeah, I had trouble with Lewis, and I finally landed on. Anyone who's ever watched
the whole name is there. So
so everyone who ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race, Timothy Wilcott's, whose drag name is Latrice Royale.
Yes. Oh my God, that's such. I was waiting for somebody to say someone from Drag Race because, like, even I briefly, I'm like, who from Drag Race could do like a really good Phylicia? Honestly, I was like, RuPaul. Now he can't really sing that well. But yeah, that's a good choice.
Latrice Royale. I could just picture this alligator singing, "Jesus is a biscuit, let him sop you up." It's just perfect. And the thing that is the voice of Lewis from Princess and the Frog was in AJ and the Queen.
Michael Leon Woolley.
I think his name was Lewis, actually. Like the character of Lewis in AJ and the Queen.
So, yeah.
And he was a drag queen, and that's what got me thinking. And I was like, wait a minute.
Oh.
And so, yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
My choice, I went with Kenan Thompson.
Oh.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I went with Kenan Thompson. He has kids now.
Yeah.
He was in the animated version of The Grinch, the newer one for Illuminations. He was in that. So I think if Disney would come to him at this point in time in his life that he has kids, I think he would want to.
Yeah.
Because he did have this. Kenan had this time period where it was like, I'm still part of this like Nickelodeon thing. Like he played Fat Albert, kind of thing. He did all these things, and then he tried to kind of like step away from those type of roles, focused very much on SNL and doing all that stuff. But now that he has kids, I've noticed that he's been coming back to like things which you hear about all the time, that actors are like, like I want to do this for my kids, like I want, this and that. And I was like, Kenan is doing the voice of Lewis. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And he's very much like he can do lots of different voices that I think necessarily he wouldn't sound like Kenan, but even if he did, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah.
And Lewis does that impersonation of Louis Armstrong, and I'm like, Kenan can definitely like probably nail that. Like even if it's just like Lewis, and again, like it's one of these things that in my mind of doing this live action Princess and the Frog, like they're changing stuff.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Lewis is still like a singer and this and that, and his idol is still Louis Armstrong. But like, what if Lewis like knows other people, like does impressions of like other artists and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I think Kenan
That'd be
can
funny.
probably do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. No, I like that
okay.
idea.
I was
That's
like,
cute.
Kenan would be fun. Tyler, do you have someone?
I do. I couldn't think of anyone other than Kevin Michael Richardson, who is Captain Gantu in Lilo and Stitch. He actually did Sebastian in Kingdom Hearts, but he's Sheriff Blubbs in Gravity Falls as well. And this is the busiest voice actor I know. Like he's in so much, and he's got that like really deep voice to him. And again, when the movie came out, I could have sworn that it was him doing the voice of Lewis. But I think he would be super great doing that. Like he can really sing. If you've seen the Hot Tub Little Shop of Horrors parody episode of American Dad, he can sing. And yeah, that's like the only voice I really pictured for Lewis, to be completely honest.
I like that though. And it's so funny how like there's those characters that you watch movies and you're just like, this has to be this person. Like, who else? Why wouldn't the studio like grab this person? That's a good one. That's a really good one. Naveen personally for me was slightly difficult.
Yeah. Yes.
Me too.
Because I feel like he's racially ambiguous.
Correct.
Is he? And I took the route of him being of Indian descent.
So
I went with the actor Avon Jogia. Maybe butchering that name. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so handsome.
He's so handsome.
Victorious.
He was in Victorious. Yes, he was actually. Fun
in,
fact, I've met him. I was a background extra on a film called The Outskirts.
Oh.
You could see me in the prom scene if you
What?
watch it.
Hey.
But yeah, I went with him. Just.
Funny thing is,
yeah.
when they were casting Aladdin, he was my choice for Aladdin.
Oh, really?
He was my number one choice for Aladdin. I don't know if it was because of the fact that I've seen Victorious and he's been on something else, and right now it's slipping my mind. And I was like, ooh, like you would make a really good Aladdin.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, but he did cross my mind for this, because I went 3 different ways on this. I went like Middle Eastern descent.
Yeah.
I went Hispanic as well, and then I went just like black actors.
Yeah.
I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I ended up picking a black actor.
Okay.
Where is he? I picked Jordan Fisher.
Oh.
Oh, good choice. I didn't even think of him.
Yeah,
but that's a really good choice.
I went Jordan Fisher. I was like, and once you see my Tiana together, which is so weird. I do this, guys, and I think I mentioned this on one of the episodes of the casting.
Yeah.
That on my computer screen, if it's like the main two characters, like I put a photo of one and a photo of the other, and I'm just like, do they look good like together? I was like, yeah, okay. That's what I did with Peter Pan when we casted Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I had Millie Bobby Brown and all my Peters because that was difficult for me.
Because we all knew it was going to be Millie Bobby Brown.
But for that one, I was just like, Peter Pan, all these Peters, and Millie Bobby Brown. Who does she look good with? Okay. And that's what I did here. I was like, as soon as I started to think of, okay, I want to go Middle Eastern descent, and I honestly, when I went that route, I found your actor again.
Yeah.
But then I also found the actor that does Aladdin.
Okay, yes.
I was just like...
I thought of him, too.
I was like, he would be a good Naveen.
And I actually looked up the actor who played Aladdin in Once Upon a Time, but that didn't work, so I didn't go with that.
Oh,
I was like, no.
Yeah. Yup. Yeah, that Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
Yeah.
I went Hispanic.
Can't believe that was a show.
Really couldn't find anyone that really spoke to me.
Yeah.
In that sense. And then I went black actors, and Jordan was just on the top of my list, and I was just like, I wrote it down. I was just like, Jordan Fisher, and then let me see if I can find some other people. And then side by side with my Tiana.
Yeah.
But Jordan sings, Jordan dances, and Naveen only has this very, very small part that he's playing the ukulele, and he's just dancing around. But I'm like, no, we're doing things right. Give Naveen a big song. This would be so good.
Yeah, you're right.
And Jordan Fisher would nail it. Tyler, who you have? What you think?
I had the same thought that you did, that it's sort of ambiguous, where he's from or what specific race he is. And I was like, and I agree with you that should it be Indian or could you go with somebody who's specifically black? And I honestly I really racked my head. I'm just thinking, I was like, who's the most handsome man that I could think of? And my choice, I'm not going to say it just yet. I thought of the guy who played Aladdin. Okay. I forget his name, but I was like, I don't remember him being very super charismatic as Aladdin, and I feel like Naveen really needs to be so charming. Mm-hmm. I thought of, because I watched the movie Victoria and Abdul, which was it was Ali Fazal, and that guy is really handsome, and he also kind of could be like Naveen, but I don't know if he could really sing or be extra charismatic.
Gotcha.
And then I thought Oscar Isaac, because he is super handsome.
Yeah.
And I think he can sing. But if I was okay, you know what? If I'm just gonna go with whoever I think is super handsome and could probably play this role, I went with Boo Boo Stewart. Weird name, but it's from Descendants. And he, oh my God, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that man.
That
is the most handsome man I've ever seen in my life. And if he was Naveen, I'd be like, okay.
So funny,
I know I'm being super thirsty right now, but that's my pick.
He crossed my mind.
He can sing and dance, and
he checked all the boxes, kind of thing. But then that Jordan Fisher just came up, just creeped up on the back of my mind, and was like, okay, I'll just pick him.
I agree with that more though, compared to my choice. I think Jordan Fisher is the best one. I can't believe I didn't even think of Jordan Fisher.
Gotcha.
To be honest.
Nah, he's so good. But I like yours.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you.
I like Bobo.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
Bobo.
Bobo Baggins.
Boo Boo.
But let's get to it. Let's say who our Tianas are.
Yes.
Our princesses.
Yes.
Our Tianas that will not be a frog for the whole movie. but will be will be a frog at some point.
Yeah.
Who is your Tiana?
So I'm very happy with my decision.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and I went with Jazz Sinclair. She can sing. She's just, look at her. Oh, she's gorgeous. She can sing.
Oh.
I think she's just, I went looking a little bit younger, I think, with my cast, because I also, and yeah, a lot of people ran through my mind. Asia Naomi King from How to Get Away with Murder went through my mind.
That's right, you did.
As well as Alfie Enoch for Naveen.
Oh,
yeah.
He ran through my mind as well. Let me just cast everyone from How to Get Away with Murder.
Such a good cast.
Right. Liza Weil will play Lottie. It'll be great. Yeah, I just a few. Actually, I was watching I Am Not Okay With This on Netflix, and I thought Jazz Sinclair was in it, but she's not. And then it made me realize that I really like her. And so another actress
it's like some
is in
Carey
that, though.
type show.
But yeah, I think she could do a bangarang job.
Yeah, right.
Give her like a leading role. Yeah.
I like it.
And yours?
Mine. Oh, that's the movie. So I saw the movie A Sun Is Also a Star. The Sun Is Also a Star.
That is a handful.
Yeah. I saw that movie and instantly, now mind you, I've seen her in other stuff. She's been on Blackish, she's on Grownish, she's on Mixedish, because she's the dog.
Are those actually all shows? I know about Blackish.
Shows.
I had no idea those other two existed.
Yeah, they're all shows. But the thing that put the nail on the coffin for me, and this was last year. The movie came out in 2019. But my pick is, I'm gonna butcher her name, Yara Shahidi. When I saw her in that movie, The Sun Is Also a Star, I was like, oh shoot, she'd make a really good Tiana.
Is that the movie where the girl's like in a house and they're like, you can't leave, and then she leaves or whatever?
No, that is Everything. That is Everything.
Okay.
That movie has, it's the girl from Hunger Games. I don't know what her name is, but I know which one you're talking about. But no, it's not her.
Oh, I know the movie you're talking about now. I just looked it
Yeah.
up, saw the poster, instantly recognized.
But I just like her.
Yeah.
I like her a lot. She was also in, now that I'm thinking about it, it must be here because I have her credits here. She was in Imagine That with Eddie Murphy in 2009.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She's that little girl in that movie. But yeah, she's grown up to be like a really, really great actress. And I think she nailed Tiana. She has that charm and everything that I've pretty much seen that Tiana has, but also kind of a stick in the mud. You know, just a little bit.
Mm.
So yeah, I think her. She would make a good Tiana. Tyler, who'd you pick? Do you have someone?
I once again went with somebody that I saw on the Wiz Live.
Hey, okay.
And it's Shanice Williams. She's like, when I saw her in the Wiz Live, I was like, who is she? Because I'd never seen her before. Like, everyone in the cast was a lot of A-list people. And then I looked her up, and she's been in, that was her first role. That she's been in nothing else, and she's only been in a few things since, but that was like a year ago. So yeah, I think she was like, I mean, the Dorothy in the Wiz Live is just kind of like brash, and but like I could see in some moments where she plays like the really like slow, quiet moments in that. I was thinking about it, and I was like, she'd be a really good Tiana. I honestly thought about Anika Nani Rose because I watched Company, the version with Neil Patrick Harris, and I didn't know that was her until I saw the credits. And I'm like, oh my God, she fully can do theater, like acting and singing and everything. And then, I did just think about, like, would she be good for a live-action Princess and the Frog? And she could be, She can certainly play, like, comedy and do that pretty well. But yeah, when I saw The Wiz live, I was like, she'd be a really good Tiana, actually.
Yeah, I like that. I've seen The Wiz live, and that's the only thing that I know of her. But yes, I totally see it just based on that. I totally see it. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Let's show everyone. I have images of Jilly's cast and my cast all together. So we'll show that. We got Jilly's cast. This is Jilly's cast.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Look at them. Latrice Royale. There's something I so want to say, but I can't say it. I'll say it after it goes off.
Okay.
It's inappropriate.
Oh, yes, please.
Children.
All right. And then this is my cast. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So guys, let us know down below.
That Billy Porter, I love that.
Oh.
It's
when
perfect.
I thought of him, I was just like, yes.
You nailed it.
Let us know down below what you guys thought. Do you guys have any casting ideas for a live action Little Mermaid? Listen to me. A live action Princess and the Frog. Yeah, let us know down below. We'd love to hear about it. We're gonna be posting both those castings on our Instagram as well. So if you guys want to go check out our Instagram, it's Geekly Kingdom at Geekly Kingdom.
Yep.
Yeah. We also have a Facebook, same thing at Geekly Kingdom. And we'll have it there so you guys can see the casts. So you guys can also just comment and let us know what you guys thought of the casting today. This is cool. Jilly has a really good idea for future casting, and actually it kind of embodies Tyler's Wheel of IP.
Oh, yes.
I was about to say, are you going to talk about a wheel?
Yeah. Jilly had a great idea. Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, so basically we're going to have two wheels. One has a movie on it that we would be fan casting with live action, and the other one has a group of actors. So let's say it's the cast of Harry Potter. It's just some sort of group
like
of
musicals,
actors.
you know.
From
like an ensemble group of people.
Ensemble group. And so whatever this lands on, you have to fan cast that movie using this group of actors.
So that'll be fun to do. Definitely for the first episode of that, or for the first time that we do that, we do want to grab one of you guys to come on the show and do it with us. So that will be fun. And not yet, don't worry about it. You don't gotta, figure out, there's no information yet of how you guys can be a part of the show, but we just wanted to let you guys know that in the future we will be doing that. In the future also, like I said earlier today, when we started the show, we're gonna be doing Geekly Trivia. So Geekly Trivia will be our first show in August is going to be Geekly Trivia, and we can't wait for that. It's gonna be different than your regular trivia. We will have regular trivia questions, of course. We'll have that for you. We'll have multiple choice, so you guys can pick whichever this and that. But we are gonna have some interesting ways of doing stuff.
Yes.
Like some games. I really wanna do some that I've seen on Hollywood Game Night. I've been loving Hollywood Game Night recently, and there's some cool things that they do there that I think would be fun to do with you guys. That you guys will have to guess the name of the attraction, but we'll have the name of the attraction on the screen, but it'll be jumbled up, or it'll be only using emojis or something like that. We'll do something fun for you guys. And again, it's not only going to be Disney trivia. We'll have all fandoms, so we'll have some Harry Potter stuff in there, thrown in there. We'll have some, Tyler earlier mentioned Star Trek. We'll have some Star Trek. I don't know anything about Star Trek, but if you guys like Star Trek, we'll put some Star Trek things in there.
I'll do some deep cuts to Voyager for y'all. talk just for myself.
You know what I do want to hear down below? Let me know what fandoms you guys are into.
Yes.
We'd love to know. We'd love to hear about it. But yeah, so our first show in August will be Geekly Trivia, and this is our logo.
Look at it.
Look at that.
Woo.
I did that.
You did. You did do that. And actually, talking about her doing stuff, if you guys didn't know, Jilly does the graphics for our show. If we need anything like animated or anything very complicated, then we go to our man Tyler. But Tyler is very much he does graphics for everything on the site and on all the shows.
The entire Walt Disney World News Today is all Tyler.
Yeah, so we definitely wanted to kind of be, I guess, separate, just so we're not like
bother
a burden.
him as much. He's got enough on his plate.
Just so we're not a burden. So it was honestly fun when we started thinking about this show that I partnered up with Jilly, and she's very talented in all that. Super
You've been
talented.
Killing it with these graphics too, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For the fact that like sometimes I give her very vague things and she just needs to kind of come up with it.
Yeah, we know what that's like.
Yeah. Just very vague, like, oh no, but I want it like purple and stuff. Like, I don't know.
What if it was purple? Sorry.
So I wanted
oh my gosh!
I wanted
Eric
to say
Andre
thank
would be
you
a great
to
Ray. Never mind. Sorry.
To my co-host and my partner. If you didn't know, both me and Jilly love the Citizens of Hollywood.
Oh yes.
We do. We love the Citizens of Hollywood.
Gosh.
And
I miss them.
I know. There's this there's a small shop called Theme Park Preservation Society that made some cool postcards. They're like written from like the characters from the citizens and this and that. But one thing that they did do as well was like trading cards. So I got you sets 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my god!
Just as a thank you for everything that you do for the show.
So cool. Thank you.
Wow. And it's so cool because it has like all of our favorite citizens.
When people are nice to me, I get uncomfortable. Thank you so much.
But yeah, she does so much graphics. Everything that you see on our Instagram, all Jilly.
Thank you.
I can't come up with the words. Clearly, I said YouTube. I can't do words, so she's in charge of all that stuff. So just thank you for everything.
No, thank you for letting me be a part of all this.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Amazing. I want to say thank you today to my favorite Canadian, Tyler, for joining us.
Hey,
thank you,
Canada.
Tyler, for everything you do for us.
Yes, thank you, Tyler.
Thank you for having me and
so
letting
cool.
me yell about Star Wars and quicksand.
Get you some quicksand. Want to say thank you. What? Gonna give you some quicksand. Want to say thank you to Jilly as well.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to Eric Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Wolf. Oh, thank you. Also, thank you to Ben. He is our man in the chair.
Yes.
Let me explain that, by the way, just briefly before we head out. Cause someone messaged me and they're like, "Why do you always say man on the chair?" So I'm a superhero fan, and superheroes have to always have someone. You know, like Batman has Alfred. You know, like when Batman's out in like Gotham, you have Alfred. Like Alfred's like on the cameras and doing stuff for like researching stuff. So yeah. Ben's our guy in the chair, man. And it's funny because they make a little like nod to that in Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming, of Ned being Peter Parker's guy in the chair.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. But yeah, Ben, thank you so much for being our guy in the chair.
Yay!
And thank you guys for watching. Next week we have WDWNT Plays is going to be next week. Following week, on Saturday. You'll find us. We will be doing a live show then. But I want to say thank you again for joining us today, and happy 4th of July. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.